Hi, chat. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. I hope things are going so well. It is good to see all of you. I am cozy. I got my blankie. We got cozy music today. I am so ready. Let me actually scroll and see who got first crew today. Yule, Thomas, Felipe, Hopeful Weirdo, and Nuts. Let's go. Congratulations for snatching one of the first five. I hope you guys enjoy your part of the cool crew today. Esther, welcome in. Nuts, welcome in. Yo, welcome in. Felipe, welcome in. Sunsibs, welcome in. Thomas, welcome in. Hopeful Weirdo, welcome in. Faye, welcome in. Peace, welcome in. Jess, welcome in. Thomas, thank you so much for the 105 stream streak. Let's go. Tanisha, welcome in. Love Ghosted, welcome in. Noisy, welcome in. Tia, welcome in. Emma, welcome in. Ava, welcome in. Rin, welcome in. Beautiful Souls Art, welcome in. Katie, welcome in. Sananor, welcome in. Esther, thank you so much for the 105 stream streak as well. Let's freaking go. Riri, welcome in. Bloomstead, welcome in. Torin, welcome in. Shine Time, welcome in. Curious, welcome in. It works. Let's go. It does. It does. Thank you so much for the 26-month resub. Now officially. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. And welcome in. It's really good to see you. Beaks, welcome in. Sage, welcome in. Geeter, welcome in. And thanks for cheering me on. Lindsay, welcome in. Pumpkins, welcome in. Lilia, welcome in. And thanks for cheering me on as well. I appreciate it. Nymphlyra, of course, welcome in. Anna, welcome in. I need to breathe. Sorry, that music was so unexpected. I was like, what do I hear? Also, Tanisha, thank you so much for 105. Let's go. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna skip that one. That's like a little daunting for some reason. I can't explain. But hi. Happy Friday. How are things going? Did you guys have a good Friday so far? Also, Magda, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. And Esther, hi, it is good to see you. Also, Yule. Important question. Why does your sound alert not work? Nuts, thank you so much for the 100 stream streak. Let's go. That is an important question. I'm confused. Oh, there we go. There we go. The bot was just taking a Friday break. Also, so welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But I actually had another question, which was not related to your sound alert. How was your stream? I peeked something in the Discord. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I'm mad at seeing something in the Discord. It was nice. Good. I'm so happy. I missed it. I only saw it too late, and then I was like, ah, dang. I'm really tired because I've woken up the entire week at like 4 a.m. Oh, yikes. That's not a good time to wake up. That's way too early. But you took a good nap. I like that for you. Lurked for a second and I needed to leave for work. You need to do like work outside of the house instead of work on stream. How unfair. First time was scary and very planned. This time was more on a whim. Yeah. I feel like with streaming, it's like the first stream you do is scary. Like that's definitely the scariest you'll ever do. And from there, it some days it will still be scary, but like it just gets easier. And it gets more fun and you'll like feel more at ease and you know it'll just go smoother, but it's really fun. The long awaited baking stream, yeah, I need to know when that is going to happen because I want to be there. Also, Colin, hi, it is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And hi, Fondelette, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. Small kind request to call me either Rosanna or Ro. Rosa is not a nickname that I resonate with at all. But I hope you're doing well. It is good to see you. And hi, Senanor, welcome in. It is good to see you. Yeah, of course you. Absolutely. Self promo doesn't like it's you're fully allowed to post it. Just, even if you have like a special event coming up or something. And I feel like a baking stream would be considered a special event. I'm doing good, Colin. I'm doing good. I was insanely productive today. So I feel very like accomplished. Do you know that feeling when you have like a really good week and you finish a lot of things and then the last day of the week was also very productive and just, I don't know, nice. Actually got shit done. So now I'm like really ready for weekend, but like in a not in a like I'm really tired kind of way, but more like, oh, I feel like I really deserve a nice weekend, you know? Um Also, is it Bex? Welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. Thank you so much for following earlier from a mutual streamer like that I rated into. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing so well. It is nice to have you today. This myth, a legend. Never heard of it before. I always have to be productive on Friday. It's the only day I can record. It's just, I usually struggle with it because then I'm like, I don't want to. It's Friday. But today I recorded 2 full videos and 3 sponsored things. I was kind of impressed with myself. And I even worked out in the morning. I went to a Pilates class. I had breakfast with my bestie. I will be sore tomorrow. I can tell you that much. Because I was like really motivated during Pilates as well. So I did like all the hard exercises. I don't know what was up with me today. I'm kind of confused, but it worked. Yes, of course. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy dinner. Enjoy. It is a good day. Yes, it has been a really good day. But now I'm like, what do I do over the weekend? Because Sunday, it's my best friend's birthday. So Sunday afternoon, I have a plan. But originally, I was gonna like do some cleaning and tidying up, like early spring cleaning. I have in my basement, I have these like memory boxes where I like save things that I don't know, like keepsakes, I guess, but they're like really big boxes. Okay. These are like, the gigantic containers. And at this point, I have 5 of them, which is just taking up a lot of space. And I think if I review it, there's probably stuff that I no longer want to keep because I like at one point, I kept it and then, later on I'm like, okay, I don't really need to keep this. But I don't know. Going through that is just like it takes a lot of time. So I keep putting it on my to-do list and I keep being like, I don't want to do that today. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. So yeah. Oh, that was a good mix. Also, Timbo, hi, it's good to see you. And Liv, welcome in. You're writing your master thesis and you have 18K out of minimum 80,000. Oh, damn. 80,000 is a lot. Damn, that's a lot. And once they topple over, that's when you go through them. Yeah, so the thing is, we need more space in our storage downstairs because we have other things that actually kind of need to go there. So I have to clean up because also I have new keepsakes that I want to put in them and they're full. So at this point, I'm kind of just like, okay, the moment has come. I have to sort through them somewhere this year, preferably somewhere in spring, because in spring, we're going to clean out our storage box and like send stuff out and like just throw it out or, give it away, stuff like that. I really have to sort through them, but I just keep postponing it. Because I don't know, it just feels like such a big task. But it's like this is keepsakes from basically my entire life because I don't have anything at my parents' house anymore. When I moved out, my parents said, you got to take all your stuff, everything. So I don't have anything at my parents' house. So this contains like the journals that my mom kept while she was pregnant of me, and like the journals that my mom and my caretakers like at daycare and stuff kept when like during my first years of school. It contains all of my schoolwork, not all of it, but like, when you write like a report or, like I don't know, stories that I've written as a kid, my drawing books from when I was a kid. So this is like everything. This is like my whole life, all the keepsakes, everything, including like special t-shirts, sweaters, gifts, stuff like that. So there's a lot. And I need to go through it. And it's overwhelming. I just think that there's a lot. Like, I think the earliest boxes, like the ones that my parents kept for me, I already went through those when I was moving out. So I think those are actually kind of okay. But those were just 2.5. So since then, I've accumulated 2.5 more. And there's probably gonna be a lot in that also like I kept, but then, like when you're dating someone and you go to like your first date and you go to the movies or something like that, you have a ticket. Like I saved that stuff, but probably now when I look at it, I'll be like, I don't even remember when this was and why I kept this. So there's gonna be stuff in there that I can throw out. But it'll be a lot to go through. It'll also be really fun to go through though. Like all the memories and stuff, but that's exactly why I find it a daunting task. I know my ADHD is going to be like, oh my God, do you remember this and this? Oh my God, do you remember this and this? It's going to take me forever to just go sort through that. I think it's going to take at least a day, maybe even a whole weekend. That's why I keep postponing it. Because now I'm like, I could also just game and chill tomorrow instead of do this, Also, Cuckoo, welcome in, and Scar, welcome in. I hope both of you are doing so well. And Marilyn, welcome in, and Susan, welcome in, and Chris, welcome in. It's really good to see all of you. Exactly. Then I'll just look through everything, and then I have to continuously remind myself, like, oh, you actually have to throw things away, bro. Like, you cannot just look at them. You actually have to make a decision whether you want to keep them or not. So, yeah. Also, Louisa, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So that was my original plan for the weekend, but now I'm kind of like, what if I just chill? Like, what if I just game and read and relax? Because basically tomorrow I have nothing. And then Sunday I also have to go to Amsterdam. So like, I know it'll be quite a long day, or like energy wise, it'll be quite a long day. So on Sunday morning, I don't want to do anything. So I already have to do like my laundry and stuff, like my household chores tomorrow. I'm kind of like, do I not just want to chill? I don't know. I'll let you guys know on Monday whether I've actually done anything. I know the thing is, Hopeful Weirdo, every single week I say, no, but self-care is important. Then I just never do these things, even though stuff like this is also self-care. Like cleaning up shit and cleaning up your physical space can also be self-care. The question is just, is that the self-care that I want to do today or tomorrow? Ooh, it's time for a tattoo. What are you getting? If you want to share, of course. Also, hi, Kathy. Welcome in. It's good to see you. And Sally, hi. It is good to see you as well. Thank you. I put my hair in braids because it was annoying me today. It was kind of like in the way when, I don't know, when I'm wearing a hoodie and I have my hair down, it always like starts to sort of go into the hoodie. So I needed to figure something out that worked. And I was like, braids. I haven't done braids in a while. Also, Miss Sky, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. It is good to see you today. And thanks for checking out the +C command. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to let me know. I am more than happy to explain anything. But yeah, what are you guys' plans for the weekend? What are you up to? Because I've yapped about what I am at least planning to do. But now I would love to know if you guys have any plans. We now know that Hopeful Weirdo is gonna get a tattoo and do either gaming or knitting. Braids are great for days where I'm considering copying Britney on a, oh my God. But Britney, 2007, iconic. Literally iconic. The thing is, I can copy the braids. I don't think I can copy the rest of the attitude. I don't think I'm there yet. A bulking and weights. Okay. That sounds like a solid plan. Hi, Kiwi. And hi, Courier. Welcome in. It's good to see both of you. Masters. Okay. Good luck with that. Good luck. Amsterdam is best. Well, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Nah, thank you, Sally. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you to say. I'm happy you like my makeup. I mean, a clean shave. Wait, did she do the... What? Did she do the shave in 2007? I thought that was later. Oh my God, was that 2007? Oh, damn. Oh, my whole I genuinely thought that was like later. I thought that was like 2010 or something like that. Maybe even later. For new clothes and stuff for kiddo. Good luck with that. Good luck, good luck. Shopping on the weekend is always something. It can be a challenge to get through. You're meeting a friend. You'll start sewing a jacket. Ooh. That's a cool project. What kind of jacket are you going to make? We want, yes, I saw that, Sally. I saw. Hi, Lena. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. All the things happening. Liquor, thank you so much for the 26 months. And also on freaking tier 3, 6 months in advance. What? That is wild. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. That is literally above and beyond. Like tier 3 in general, but the 6 months in advance is like absolutely bonkers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for wanting to do that. I appreciate that so incredibly much. Like literally, I never know how to say thank you for that because it's like such an incredible support. Thank you so much. And please enjoy all the subby perks, including all the tier 2 and the tier 3 emotes. I hope you enjoy them. And also, Goop, welcome in. It is good to see you. Oh, I love being your shower podcast. Enjoy shower. That sounds nice. You have a mandatory stop at the bookstore, though. Oh, no. Stop at the bookstore. Mandatory, even. You have to? Oh no. How sad and annoying. Oh, yeah, I want to go to the bookstore too. I'm going to have to see when I have time to do that. Did you get the chicken yet? Podcast what? Oh no, Lena's just going to go shower, so she's going to listen to the stream while she's showering. So now I'm in podcast mode. I know, it'll be the worst of going to the city, the agony. Did I get the chicken yet? I'm so confused. Bonalette, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. What the heck? That's really, really kind of you. Thank you so much for welcoming in 10 planties into the jungle. That is really, really sweet. To everyone who just got gifted a sub, please enjoy all your subby perks courtesy of Pondelette. Thank you so much. That is incredibly, incredibly kind. Now 10 planties get to enjoy all of the emotes as well. But yeah, I really appreciate that. And I hope you're doing well, by the way. I hope you're having a really good week so far. I mean, we still have the weekend, which is like the best part of the week. So, ooh, enjoy dinner, Faye. Enjoy. I had such a nice dinner yesterday. I haven't told you guys about it. I promised that I would, but then I just realized that I haven't really talked about it just yet. I put pictures in the Discord though, but holy shit. If you guys are in Rotterdam, you have, and you like Chinese food, you have to go here. It was so good. Oh my, literally, I was happy dancing at the table the entire dinner. Like, Scott was so, like, he kept on laughing because he was like, you were so happy. And I'm like, the food is so good. We started with what is called Sweetwater noodles, and this is a recipe with a lot of Sichuan pepper. I am not the biggest fan of Sichuan pepper though, so I only had a little bit of it. It's called katedok. You write it like this. Hold on. In the foodies topic chat, Liv. So go to the topics chat channel and then navigate to foodies. Cuckoo, what the heck? Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. Oh my God, it works. It works. I'm so happy that we have a hype train and that it works. I was wondering if this was gonna work. Look. I had kind of already forgotten that I set that up. Let's go. When we have a hype train, we have rainbow lights. And the longer the hype train goes, the longer the rainbow lights stay. And then I think if all is well, at the end it will go back to the normal light. Thank you for testing that. Loki, I've been trying to figure out how to do this for months. It took forever. Also, Colin, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, now we get to celebrate the hype. You know, when we have a hype train, we have some party lights. Also, Sinister, welcome in. Did you forget about it? Well, I set it up yesterday evening, so kind of late. So I remember that I did it, but I forgot like specifically. Also, it goes on for like a minute. I don't know how to make it go longer. So when we go to the next level, it will start again, but I don't know how to make it go for the whole duration. It's kind of a pain in the ass to figure it out. But hold on. I see that we got a gifted sub from Faye through channel points. Last chatter without a sub. Well, I see who that is. Hold on. It's loading. There we go. Sinister, enjoy all of your subby perks, courtesy of Faye, gifting that through channel points. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. Guess who might go to Nando's tomorrow? I'm jelly. I mean, I'll be in London in 2 weeks, so then I can go to Nando's. And I might buy the Nando's, like the bags, like the herb bags that allow you to make it at home. No, not your internet. That's so rude. Bondolette, what the heck? Thank you so much for gifting another 10 subs. That's really, really kind. Excuse me. Thank you so much. Look, there it goes again. So it works as soon as we go to the next level. Let's freaking go. Thank you so, so much to everyone who just got gifted a sub. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month. Thank you so, 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 so much for all that kindness. Rainbow disco lights! Oh. But now I just have to figure out how to make it go as long as the hype train is going instead of stop after a minute. Also, Mike, it is good to see you. It's not an Elgato light strip. They're actually impossible to purchase. Or at least where I live, every single time I want to order one, it's like it's out of stock. But it's Govee. So I'm using Lumia Stream. It's connected to the hype train, yeah. Yes, oh my god, please. I love to hear funny and stupid stories. Also, Goop, what the heck? Thank you so much for that brand new sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month. Thank you so much. Govee is great. I love Govee. The light bulb in this light is also Govee. The light strip around my desk is Govee. I genuinely really, really love the Govee light strips. I think I will be able to figure it out because I know other people have it set up. But let's just say that Lumia Stream is not like it's a tool that allows you to connect your lights to your stream. But it's not super easy to set up. Like it's not really intuitive. So I've been fighting with it for quite a while now, and I finally figured out how to do this part, but now it just needs to go for longer than just a minute. That was my task yesterday, yeah. I've been meaning to figure it out. The thing is, you need to get like an API key for your Govee lights, and they aren't very like they send it out to you, but then they don't give any instructions on what to do with it. But hopefully, update hopefully next month that will let you basically do anything with it. Oh, I'm very excited about that. Cuckoo! Hello? What the heck? Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you for making the lights go rainbow again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's really kind to everyone who just got gifted a sub. Please ensure all your subby perks. That is a freaking level 8 hype train. On a Friday evening. What is happening? Thank you so much. You love the lights? Yes. Let's go. I love them too. I think it's very fun. I like it. It's just like a little extra celebration, you know? And I feel like the lights make such a big difference in how the stream looks. So I feel like it adds like a good visual thing of like, oh my god, something cool is happening. But thank you so much. And Sinister, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. What the heck? Oh no, Liv, I'm so sorry. Stupid Wi-Fi. Stupid Wi-Fi. Also, Kate, welcome in. Alicia, welcome in. Thank you for that follow earlier. I hope you guys are all doing so well. Sally, thank you so much for cheering me on earlier as well. Terrible Sound, welcome in. Social Science Nerd, welcome in. I hope you guys are all doing absolutely amazing. Jane, welcome in. It's good to see you. You had work yesterday and had to work out of daycare of my kid, which normally is a no-go, but otherwise the group needed to close due to not enough adults. So my kid didn't like seeing me and not getting to cuddle the whole day. So on the end of the day, she was a little mad with you. You grabbed all her stuff and we left when your shift ended, but then went to bed hours later. I realized oh no. You forgot your stuff at work. That sucks. That sucks. Did you were you able to pick it up quickly? Yes, the rainbow lights will also go on co-working. They basically just always work because I figured that's also another fun celebration. If we're co-working and I can't like talk to you guys when there's a hype train, it will still happen. It will still work. Also, so thank you so much for the 100 biddies and for the dinos. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, I just noticed that the ads have started already. How has it been half an hour since I started stream? Where's the time going today? I am gonna start up my game because that needs at least 5 minutes to load. Also, let's do a double check. Does this still work? I will riot. I swear to God, this command has been pissing me off. It worked yesterday and now it doesn't work anymore. I noticed earlier in the beginning of stream that the volume command also didn't work. The stupid thing is, if I open the bot thing, it does show the right song. So I don't know why it doesn't work. I just opened the app, it still doesn't work. Why? Why do you set things up if they don't work? Isn't that the most annoying ever? I was so happy I figured it out yesterday. Also, hi, Charlotte. It's really good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Was that because you being offline, the volume? No, because it should be a connection between the bot and my Spotify, and the Spotify was already playing. And the rubber edge broke off. So you crocheted it. Oh, that's actually a really cute idea. I can also imagine that looks really cute. Like, that looks very whimsical. Hold on. Okay, that didn't work. It doesn't work. Nope. I don't understand why. Because the thing is, like, I can show you guys. If I go here, look, this is actually the song that is playing right now. So, like, this part works. And it has all the green dots. Ellen, thank you so much for gifting that sub. Is that someone we know? Or was that? I was just about to say, did I just learn about a secret name from someone? Thank you so much for gifting that sub. I appreciate it. It is good. It is good to have him officially be a strong growing planty, you know. Thank you guys so much for this hype train, by the way. That is absolutely wilding on just a random Friday Eve. Thank you all so much for all the support. That's really, really kind. I appreciate that a ton. Enjoy all of your choo-choo emotes. I appreciate it a lot. Also, SodaStorm, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, see this, like, it updates the song thing. But for some reason, it then proceeds to not work in Twitch chat. So it is actually an issue with the Twitch bot, which was exactly what was going wrong yesterday. I'll just reconnect. Hold on. I want to try one more time, and then if it doesn't work, we're just going to play The Sims. You know, that's a great one final try. I just reconnected. Well, it surely would help if I actually did not make any typos. See, now it works again. Okay, but that at least is good to know. That just means that when I start this app, like, it's not perfect, but if I go IRL, then I can still just reconnect it. That helps. Now it just needs to not disconnect. Ellen, what? Please, I beg you, share a picture, because I am highly curious what it means when you say I made a Kindle sleeve and it unintentionally kind of looks like a broccoli. Enjoying a nice Friday evening. Let's go. I love that. A sun command is wild. Yeah, just check which sun I have today, you know? Also, peace. Thank you so much for the 105 stream streak. Let's freaking go. Absolutely wilding. Absolutely wilding. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna also check the crafters chat for the doorstop thing. Oh, but that looks cute. No, wait, but I like that. I like that a lot more than, because I think I have the exact same doorstop and it's actually really ugly. So crocheting part of it is actually really smart. I like it. It's cute. Also, in the meantime, we can already load into the build file. I was building today, actually. It does look like a broccoli. It is really cute, though. I like it. Also, I'm seeing Oathbreak. I see Brandon Sanderson book in the corner. Donna, thank you so much for the 4-month resub. I appreciate it. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. It is good to see you. You need to make a face for it, yeah. Or just, like, not even a face. Just put 2 googly eyes on it. That would actually be kind of funny. Also, that, like, every single time you just move it, like, the googly eyes just move. Lily! Thank you so much for the 29 months. Thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. Instantly checking the things in the background. I mean, we were also talking about oh my god, you have such a pretty edition of sorry. You have such a pretty edition of Throne of Glass. I mean, I love the broccoli too, but I'm also checking out your bookcase. You have the first edition? You read them when they were coming out? Okay, listen. I love you, but you don't have to flex that hard on a Friday evening, okay? No, but seriously, I love that. That's kind of cool. No, not kind of. That's really cool. And I'm just a little bit jealous. Like, I would use that as a flex forever from now on. Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well today. If you have any additional questions about the Code Club, please feel free to ask at any time. And I've been seeing, yeah, I mean, Throne of Glass is, like, ridiculously popular right now. So I can imagine lots of people want collector's editions. And you have it. Also, Carolina, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Seeing a broccoli in the Discord. Oh, it's in the crafters chat. So you have to go to the topics chat and then to crafters. It's not in the pictures and videos channel. Okay, I actually, hold on. I hate this where this is like a new thing with The Sims. It didn't used to do this. When I click out of my game, the sound stops. It didn't used to do that originally. Then it would always just continue playing. I think they changed something in their settings. Okay, let's actually pin that. And then I need to open this document myself because I need to check what my assignment is for today. For anyone who hasn't seen the show in a while, let me quickly show you what we've done so far. And also for the mods, maybe you haven't seen what I've done with your room. But for example, Charlotte, I have actually done your room the last time. Also, hi, Remy. Thank you so much for saying thank you for the sub. That's really kind. But yes, so my moderators made me an absolutely evil shell challenge where every single room is a different number. I don't hate you. No, it was actually really fun. I think I created like one of my favorite rooms with your assignment. Or at least like I want to go there myself. But all of my mods have made me a shell challenge together, and every single room is a different size, a different, or like even a different shape. They are all numbers. And then every single room has a different theme and a different budget. And I have kind of, as you can see, I've started working on things. The concept is that every single one of these little buildings is an escape room where you have to guess the theme or themes, if it's combined rooms, of all the rooms. And then once you have guessed the theme, then you get to escape and then you get to go to the next one. And this is the reception. So this is where you come in. As you can see, this is the number 3. This was Lynn's room. And Lynn's room was kind of diabolical because everything had to come in an odd number, which was very difficult because I really like symmetrical builds. So that was a little bit painful for me. But we did it. We did it. So it was good. Then there is number 4, for example. Number 4 ended up being a Fallout 4 inspired room. This was Esther's room, and the budget was 44,444, and everything had to come in 4s. So every single item of every category, so like if I added 1 shelf, I had to add 4. If I added 1 plant, I had to add 4. Basically, that was the gist of it. So that turned out into a Fallout 4 bunker. Then we have Hollow's room, and Hollow's room number 6, the theme was red, and the budget is 6,666. So we ended up making a room that basically has all kinds of things that are associated with the color red. So we have spice, we have red wine, we have love, we have luck, we have passion, we have hate or punishment, we have hell and fire. We have sunburn. So these are like all conceptual things, and you have to guess that the overarching theme is red, even though everything's bright red. So it shouldn't be too hard. Also, hi, Nora. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. It does have a certain vibe. Absolutely. Visiting potential babysitting family. Ooh, nice. Let's go. I hope that it went super well. But yeah, this is the finished room for red. Everything is very red. The heart bed, it didn't fit in the room. And then this is Charlotte's room, and Charlotte's room was a number 5, and the budget had to end in 5, so I went for 30,005. And then the theme is carnival, and I went for some, like, it's a bar, it's a nightclub where you can go for a nice party, and the color theme is pink and orange. And everything's very bright and vibrant. So this is the bar area where you can lounge and get a drink. You can actually go outside and just grab yourself some lemonade as well. And then over here, we have the dance floor. And the dance floors have aquariums embedded into them. And then this is the DJ booth. And you can actually access the DJ booth through the back door. And there's also a TV for like when they're playing, I don't know, video clips of the music that they're playing or something. And at night, it looks really cool. Look, everything is like super nicely colored. We worked a lot with lights on this one. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this room, actually. It was very fun to work with such bright colors because I don't get to do that very often in The Sims. Or to, at least, I mean, I could if I wanted to. Obviously, it's my game, so I could work with all the colors I wanted to work with. But I don't know. It's just like extra fun to be able to just go ham and go all out. So yeah, that's the room. That's what we worked with. And it has like plants and everything on the outside as well, so it looks very festive. We have a nice mural on the outside. So even on the outside, this is a very colorful and bright building, and I really like it. So the next room that we have to do is number 7, which is Lena's room. And the budget is 70,007. Tell me why the word cafe. I have no idea, social science nerd. That is really weird. I literally wish I could tell you, but I have no clue. But that's a really strange word to be banned on the Sims gallery. But to be fair, I've had really weird words not be allowed on the gallery before, and it always confuses me. Your name is disallowed? Yeah, and then some slurs are not. It does not make any sense at all whatsoever. Like, it's just very confusing. But the budget is 70,007. That's a crazy high budget, by the way. And then the theme is Barbie pink. And number 7 is over here. It is actually lodged into number 2 and number 1. And I don't know how I'm gonna make a room that this look at how tiny it is. It is minuscule, and I have to spend 70,000 on this. That's not a room, that's a hallway. True. You managed to do the one, that is true. And the one had a way higher budget. Gold bar carpet? Yeah, but the theme is Barbie pink. So, like, let's start with lights so that I can actually see something. Let's see. I mean, at this point, I just feel like I should filter the game on pink and just go for everything. Barbie can have a golden carpet amongst the pink. That's true. That is true. What is the most expensive pink item? I don't actually know. We're going to have to look it up. Oh, yeah, we're going to use this one. Do I just, like, that? Because this one does not emit a lot of light. I mean, it is very Barbie. Exactly. There's no hiding for Barbie in here. Also, hold on. I feel like I need to sneeze again. Nope, nothing. The good thing is, we just spent 2,000 simoleons on disco lights. I mean, I feel like that's the only right floor to go with. Like, that's the brightest pink we have. So obviously, we're using the brightest pink we have. Bondelette, thank you so much for gifting out another sub to the community. That's really, really sweet. Fan Mom Riva, please ensure all your subby perks for a whole month, courtesy of Bondelette. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. And then, I mean, this room is going to be like a headache. We have to be honest. This room is going to be painful to walk in. You know what I could see this? You know what I think could really work in this room? Also, Morning Remy, welcome in. What is this room? So I am working on a shell challenge that my moderators gave me. And every room is in the shape of a number. It has a specific budget, and it is also it has a specific theme. And the one that I'm working on right now is number 7, and the theme is Barbie pink. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, we're going for Barbie pink in this hallway shaped number 7. Hi, Ruby. Welcome in. Thanks for cheering me on. I appreciate it. You know, it could be really cool if this was like one of those mirror rooms. You know, like one of those art installations where you don't know exactly what you're looking at. Oh, we can't really size these down. Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you get what is her name? Hold on. What is it called again? Oh yeah, Kusama. Oh yeah, I just went Dutch. Yayoi Kusama. Have you ever? I've seen this. That's kind of the vision I have now. But then the Barbie pink version. This is her art installation, and it's actually a really small room. Oh yeah. And you can like stand in the middle of it, and then it will just feel like you're in like an infinite universe. It's beautiful. But imagine this Barbie pink. Do you see my vision? I feel like that could be really cool. Like that's kind of the idea that I have for it now. But then we're gonna still have to get like creative with the spacing of everything. Also, do you guys see that as well? That like weird little glitch that my game sort of flickers in and out? It's been doing that all day and I don't know why that happens. I'm gonna try to make like a nice corner. You did an exhibition where they did that. Nice. I saw her work in the Museum of Modern Art in Copenhagen when I was there a couple of years ago, and it is so good. Isn't there a base game mirror that is flatter? I think there might be. But that has this one that has the gaps in between them. And it's not as tall. Because the mods really like me, so they gave me tall wall height to work with. Aren't they nice? Do you think they love me? I know. Imagine tall walls and then having like this space to work with. Just a hallway. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Okay, let's see what other pink lights I have that I can add in here then. See, but all the other lights actually give off a lot of light. Which is not ideal. But I could... I mean, we're still... I think by the end of this, we might have spent less than 10k simoleons. So I'm still going to have to figure out how I'm going to spend more money than this, but... Okay, but what if we make all of those lights pink? Also, do you guys want to hear something cool? You know what I did yesterday? When we came back from dinner, I gamed a little bit. You know what I did? I went into the nether. Voluntarily. I needed nether quartz. And then I went into the nether and I got the 2 nether trees and everything. I just built a nether portal and I just did it. Just like that. I was actually in the nether for like a full hour. Just walking around, exploring. So that now I have the crimson and the warped trees as well. And like the mycelium to grow them. So that we can actually properly have those wood types, because I think they could be really cool to build with. And I got a bunch of nether quartz and a bunch of glow lights or what are they called? I don't know. What are the standard? I know that if you break them wrong, they give you glow dust. Are they just called glow lights? I just realized that I don't think I know. But those, because they're very pretty with Mizunos. The glowstone, thank you, those. Yes, those. If you have just like regular Minecraft, like vanilla texture, they're very ugly, I think. But in Mizunos, they're very pretty. So I was very happy to grab those. And I was very proud of myself. I just went into the nether, just like that. And I didn't poop my pants. I mean, almost, but I didn't actually. Use the other mirror and layer it with every single one. Yeah, but the other mirror is shorter. That's why we can. It will indeed spend more money, but it doesn't cover the whole wall, which is why I've kind of been reluctant. But then we can at least do all the walls. Thanks, Colin. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, of course. Of course. Are we getting a drink next month? Are you going to be a dream hack? I was like, I really needed to calculate. I was like, next month is March. What am I doing in March that I get? I was like, next month is not TwitchCon yet, is it? Are you going to be a dream hack? Because then hell yeah. You got accepted today. Then absolutely duh. Yeah, we're going to have a drink. For sure. That is so exciting. Let's go. Oh my goodness. It's going to be my first dream hack. So I'm actually not nervous is not the right word, but like excited in a good way. But I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your Friday. And I'll talk to you in like a month. Oh my goodness. That's so fun. I'm so excited that I get to see so many people again. Because last TwitchCon feels forever ago already. Wait, we even have this one that has the pink light. And that is also more expensive. But we can still layer it. Let's do that. It's actually kind of hard as soon as you start to see where the end of the wall is. Okay, there we go. Use more and raise them up. I could do that, but then they start to glitch out. No? I was really hoping it lined up with when you'd be over for DreamHack, but Lord of the Dance is, oh no! I mean, I saw them here a couple of months ago, so, or actually not here. I went to Antwerp for it, but that's good. But I mean, I would still love to see them there. It's like extra special. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't line up. But that's really cute. Thank you for thinking of me. I love that that's now a thing. It's like, you know, Lord of the Dance row, just like an automatic thought. Okay, hold on. That's like, oh my. It's going to get harder and harder to place these mirrors because it's going to be harder and harder to like see where the walls are. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? This is mad. Uh-oh. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Have a really, really good weekend. Oh my god, like, it feels like I'm tripping. I wonder how long it's gonna take before the game crashes because I'm creating reflections upon reflections upon reflections. Okay, that's where the door is. This is good for the budget though, so that was that was definitely a good call. Okay, we've almost made an entire round. We're getting there. Well, I mean, there's a lot you can say about this room, but it is Barbie pink. Oh, you would feel so sick. Oh my god. Let's actually, you know what? For the sake of the experiment, um so this is actually a room that you enter through another room. So first you go through the actually quite peaceful music museum. Then this is where you go into Mordor. This is one whack of a combo, by the way. You go from like music museum to Mordor to Barbie pink. This is such an unassuming door. Also, Pondolet, I said this earlier. Please do not call me Rosa. It's not my name. I do not resonate with it. I do really appreciate you, and you're super welcome to hang out here. But I feel like I've said it now like multiple times to you, and I genuinely do not want to be called that name. So please respect that. But I hope you have a great day. Oh my god, I can't even see where I'm going. Like, if you're here, where does what, like, what, um, okay, but I do think on one hand, I think it might look better if we have the mirrors go all the way up. But at the same time, then I feel like you lose a lot of the pink as well. Because, like, now there's, like, that bar. Oh, my God. It is absolutely... I would bump my head for sure. I do feel like we kind of need a pink door. Also, imagine being here, like, trying to walk through the door, but then realizing that that's the door that's mirrored. Yeah, I feel like I need the pink too. Otherwise, it's not going to be Barbie pink enough. Oh my God, Charlotte. No. I do not want to think about. Imagine if you have to clean those mirrors. That sounds like a nightmare. Okay, I do feel like, though, again, we need a pink door. Which, it looks a bit weird in this room. But it kind of makes clear what the next room's going to be, you know? Okay, so we have 50,000 left to spend. I think we can add more ceiling decorations. You know, things that are also a bit more... Oh, wait, we have pink plants. Let's add those in here. I actually don't know if I would want to go into this room. It feels very overstimulating. Just plunging the gold bars? No, but that's also fair. I just want to see how far we can get before I start reverting to methods like that. By actually using as many pink items as we can. We also have these stars. Although those are quite short. Oh my god, that's also... Hold on. That's even better, I think, than these plants. Because we can kind of mix and match those in between the things we already have. No, I didn't mean to delete that. I meant to delete that. Those ones. Can I size those down to go, like, horizontal? Oh my god, I'm really creating a nightmare room here. Oh, Lena. Are you still happy with the theme you picked? Oh, we're gonna have to pull out the sculpture, but the sculptures aren't even that expensive. Like, if you get ridiculous budgets like this, the sculptures don't even do that much. I think the gold bars are gonna be one of our best bets to quickly go through the budget. Like, if we really get to a point where I'm like, okay, I really don't know what to do anymore. Okay. 47,000. Oh my goodness. I mean, we haven't added anything on the floor, right? That would also be a remarkable nightmare right now, I just realized, because these mirrors are in the way. So if we want to do that, I actually have to get rid of the mirrors on one end. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But like, we can see expensive pink things. I mean, it's not super. See, that's what I mean. Sculptures, not even that expensive. No, I'm trying. Oh, see, the stupid mirrors are already. No, why? Oh my god. I'm trying to grab this thing. Hold on. I want to ignore unlocks. Then we can use that thing. That's 1.5k. That basically looks very pink in this room, like this. And I feel like we could add that on top of this to make it even pinker. Probably your Sims won't be able to actually walk through this entire thing. But that's fine. But yeah, sculptures not really doing anything for us in terms of money. Hi, Mim Bim. Hello, hello. The most expensive pink painting is 775. There aren't many pink things that are expensive in the game, I'm afraid. When we're talking about expensive items, I've actually listed them here. These are the most expensive things. Hold on 1 second. I got like a really bad itch under my foot. Oh, you cannot repaint stuff in The Sims. No, that would be nice, but no. You are stuck with a certain set of swatches that they give you preloaded. I know the most expensive thing would be my desk. Like Barbie and the Prince Frog, we can add some frogs. I'll be down for that. The thing is, the room is not Barbie themed. The room is Barbie pink. Kind of scared when I saw that nightmare of a pink room. Yeah, isn't it great? Do you not like it? Which is why I'm struggling, because the whole theme is just Barbie pink. It isn't even Barbie, or it's just Barbie pink. But it is close enough. I would agree. But that frog is great, but it's not even that expensive. To be exact, it is... This is the most expensive one of all of them. I just copied it. Where is it? Oh, I think it's in debug. But I mean, it gets to get it and then place it and then see how expensive it is. That's 10,000. I mean, that would get the budget down quite fast. It might look pink. That's true. That is true. Tell your rags to, yeah, okay. But for rags to riches, that's a different story, okay? Okay, I didn't mean to add it there. What if we create like a little display? What if we get a shelf? A pink shelf, of course. Do we even have a good pink shelf? I mean, we have pink shelves, but not really sure. I mean, it's going to be impossible for your Sims to walk here, but... See, there we go. Down to 3,000. That is very fair, Mimbim. This much pink at once is a lot. Is a lot to take in. Let's see what the vibe is in first person quickly. Did you make the mirrors the pink swatch? They are the pink swatch because I got them when I was when it was selected on pink. So yeah, the mirrors are the pink swatch. Why? Oh my god. Oh my god. This feels like a bad fever dream. That looks kind of cool. I don't know if there's good fever dreams actually. The fact that everything is so narrow and that it has all the mirrors is genuinely one of my, like, I wouldn't call it worst nightmares, but close enough. How expensive is the night? Can I even afford the night right now? I can't afford the night. How about we get rid of one frog? Um, and then we get a knight for that corner because there's currently no statue in that corner. It is extremely disorienting, yeah. This is definitely too liberal with my pain pets feeling. Yeah, exactly. I'm like even actively struggling to see where I should be placing this. Yeah, right there. Okay, so now we have 5K left. That is more than we had left after the frogs, but I think if we turn on debug, hold on. And then Lena, that's actually so funny. But do you like it? What do you think? Is it good? Does it count as Barbie pink? Oh my god, all the frogs are too expensive now. Let's go. Oh, we have oh my god, hold on, I have an idea. This room has the theme pink, right? I haven't done the outside of this build. This little corner here belongs to the pink part. We can just decorate outside. The budget. The budget is a nightmare. For this teeny tiny room. You're really making me sweat. I am gonna make the outside of this part of the build pink as well. Just this part though. As a Freezer Bunny plush owner, I love it. Yes. I also I have the Freezer Bunny fairy. I got it at TwitchCon, and I'm not even joking. It's like better than a Labubu. It's so cute. Okay, and then we need a lot of pink flowers. We have a pink tree. No, let's just get pink flowers in here. Let's get some more. I know we have like these ones. I might actually switch out the fence so that you can see the flowers. I don't think I've ever used this many pink flowers. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Different fence. That one. A window? Well, that would work if not all the walls were covered with mirrors. So I don't think that would be very useful because it would literally be behind a window. Hot take. I don't think. Oh, that's not a hot take, Charlotte. You are definitely not alone. A lot of people actually hate them. Top bathroom mirror? What do you mean? Top bathroom mirror. I just realized I didn't do the outside for these builds. I should probably still add that. I might actually add that with the budget of this room. Because it is all connected after all. I'll use different colors though. Top bathroom window? Then I still don't know. You mean like, you mean all the way at the top here? Like a fountain pen. You should talk to Scott, Charlotte. Yes. I don't know. I don't think that fits the vibe of the room to have mirrors, to be honest. Also, then, like, what's the point of the mirror? Sorry, the window. A fountain. Wait, that's actually a cute idea. Fountain. Now we have 3K left. For the music room, we can actually kind of see if we have... I don't think for the music room I really have a wallpaper that fits with the pink. I definitely think they're overrated. I actually like them. I think they're cute. I've always thought they were cute. But I wouldn't purchase one. There isn't really a window skylight. You can make a skylight, as in like by manipulating the roof, which is not an easy thing to do, unfortunately. But also, I don't think this room needs a skylight because it has a lot of lights. Yes, of course. Thank you, Ellen. I was gonna say enjoy your broccoli, and then I was like, that probably sounds very strange. Also, Doobie Panda, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. Yeah, there is quite a lot of lights in here. That's mostly because I needed to spend a lot of money. I don't normally add this many lights, but Kawaiko, because I'm afraid of getting a bad one, I get a different... Oh, Scott has multiple Kawaikos. He actually has built his own. It's a good brand. He says. I'm actually not sure. Okay. So we have 3K left. 3K to spend on pink items. Hmm. Oh, oop. I mean, it doesn't actually cost us any money. But it could be funny. It could be funny. To just add a pink roof to that part of the build. And then maybe add that same roof, but then a different color. It comes in brown or reddish. Kind of next to it because that part, actually that looks kind of fun. I'm going to steal him and go stationary shopping. So the thing is, he never really shops in a shop. That sounds weird. I said that and I was like, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. But the best fountain pens aren't found in a shop. They're found online. He scavenges the entire internet and then he tries to find the like vintage versions or the trick isn't necessarily going shopping in the right place. It's more so knowing exactly what you're looking for and then looking at all the forums and all the places until you find exactly that specific pen on sale. But I mean, more than happy. I'm not that deep yet. Because I think if you go shopping, you're probably going to end up with Kaweco again because that's like the brand that is most accessible in just stationary shops. Believe me, I've even been tempted to buy one, even though I never write, just because they're pretty. Okay, I am trying to debate what I'm going to do in this room with 3K. What do we have in this game that would make sense in this room that is 3,000? I'm going to scroll all the way down in the decorative category. Wow, that was difficult to say. To see if there's anything that I can use. Oh, of course. Hold on. I hate that if you sort by all, it doesn't sort by price. It sorts by category, and then it sorts by price within the category. Does that make sense? Is there anything that makes sense in this room? Yes, it's a work of art. So everything makes perfect sense. Hold on, my game just... I turned on and off cheats. That's always dangerous. Okay. Ironically enough, a small room with this big a budget is actually harder than a big room with a smaller budget. Okay, we have a couple of paintings that are expensive. There's something that we could do that could be kind of fun. But the problem is we don't have a lot of wall space. So actually that doesn't really work. I was like, oh, we can add like the painting from like the jazz painting because we have that jazz painting in here and it's pink and that could be like a fun connection between the rooms. Size down. What do you mean size down, Esther? And as a simmer, I know that. Yeah. Lena's like, hold on. I'm going to give you a run for your money. I'm a simmer. I know how to make this difficult for you. Writing helps you process so much. Yeah. I feel like it does that for so many people. And I feel like every single person always says, oh, I should write more. Which is so weird. Like, why is our brain, like our human brain, why do we do that? When you know something's good and you like to do it and it helps you, why is it such a struggle to actually do it? Thank you for the uptime reminder. Yeah, in 6 minutes or 5 minutes and a little bit, we're gonna have midstream break. And I want to finish this room before that moment, okay? See, the one thing that I feel like we don't really have yet is rugs, which can get expensive. I don't know if they can get 3K expensive. And if we have ones that are the right shade of pink. Well, we do have like these tall rugs or like long rugs. Those are just not super expensive. Like the most expensive rug is like 885, and it's way too big. So then I would have to size, even if I size it down, it's still too big for this room, I think. I mean, it is a completely ridiculous pattern. That would absolutely add to the sheer chaos of this room. ADHD forgetfulness, yeah. I need a certain time. That is true. Yeah. So it's hard to do it because it takes time, and you need to find that time. Hold on. What if I add, because I do also like the tiled floor. So what if I add this rug in like, so it glitches just a little bit outside of the room, but I don't mind that too much. Ooh, I wanted to grab that one. What if I add that underneath all the statues? Okay, 500 left. That's where the door is, so I can't really place anything there. Oh my goodness, why is this so terrible? We can add... How expensive is that? Not expensive, but... Hi, Marion. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. We can add more wall decoration. More pink wall decoration for right above the mirror. Because we did not have enough of that just yet. My god, this room is hysterical. As in, I'm just adding the most random things to it. It doesn't even look good anymore. It's just weird. At this point, it is just weird. But hey, it's art, so it's allowed to be just weird. Okay, we have 30 left. That officially leaves us with like barely anything. Because with 30, it becomes to become, sure. It's becoming harder to do things. But 30 is still like an annoying amount to have left. And also the ads are starting in 2 minutes. So I can add a plant here, I think. The tooth. Just have like the fake teeth somewhere. Okay. Oh my god. I got to 0 without using the paw prints. That's insane. I don't know how I did that. That's actually because the paw prints are like 1 simoleon. So that has been my rescue for every single room so far when I was left with like a little bit. Okay. Welcome to the walk of your nightmares. I hate it here. I literally hate it here. Welcome to hell. We have biscuits. And one would think that hell is red. You know, when like people in this particular room will go here and think that they have arrived in hell with the fire and everything. No, no. No, 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 no. This is hell. So, did you like my show? I mean, honestly, this was potentially one of the more difficult ones. I liked it. I liked it. I mean, this is something I would have never ever created without the challenge of this show. And I like that we now officially have two buildings entirely done. I'm gonna save. It is literally ad break in 4 seconds. So I am gonna go and stretch and breathe after all of this, and then I'll catch you guys in 5 minutes, and then we're gonna work on the next room. And once that one is finished, we're gonna do some landscaping. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Did you guys have a good break? I hope you stretched and stood up. I did a little stretchy. But I'm back. So our next room is over here. The number 8. And this room, the budget is 18,888. So let's set that up. That's actually a very reasonable budget. And the theme is every object, wallpaper, and flooring must contain something round, circular, or curvy. So you know what I want to do? There's a feature that I literally have not tried out since it came out. And I think it's gonna fit very well with this specific. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I have to hold on. Hold on. Oh, well, I have to find. Hold on. This is Micah's. Abu's one is the last one. Okay, that's a new feature that you can curve the stairs. It looks a little bit weird, okay? If you add it on a short stair, I'll give you that. So I'm gonna have to figure out how much I want to curve it. So that's no curve. That's 1. Yeah. So I think 1 curve might be the max we can go for on a room that's like a foundation that is this high. I mean, we could, if we wanted to, raise it up further so that we can have extra curvy stairs. But I feel like if there's ever an opportunity to use curvy stairs, it's right now, right? If everything in this room has to be curvy, we ought to have curvy stairs. And I was thinking, because everything has to be curvy and round, what if we go for a cloud theme? Like, kind of clouds in the sky, like fluffy. Everything's going to be blue and white. If we can. That's good. That's an emphasis on if we can. We'll see if the game is going to allow that concept to live with the swatches that we'll have. I feel like we also have to use a round railing then. Also, hi, Nexus. Hello, hello. Yeah, the new stair thingy is actually really cool. You know what is also really cool? I actually used it for the very first time in a build today. Look, chat, this is revolutionary in The Sims, which it shouldn't be, but it is. I know. And listen, it gets better. You can now adjust where the railing goes. So not only can you decide what side it should be on, but if you have a wall here and you don't want it to clip, you can finally control where the railing goes. Thank God. Yeah. And the only downside of this, quote unquote downside, is that I do believe the controls goes for like both railings. So if you have a wall here and not a wall here, then you cannot individually control them. Then you would have to work with 2 pieces of stair. Oop, I didn't mean to rotate that. But that would work. Is this as much? Yes, it is, Nexus. The game at this point is 12 years old, and it took them 12 years to add this, while the Sims community started asking for it the day the game released. Yes. So Esther, actually, this where it's like a little glitchy because it's in the wall, that's exactly what is the reason simmers have been asking for this. Because some stair railings glitch in walls and stuff. So now I can just adjust it by one, and then it goes like this. It's 12 years old. Yeah, The Sims came out in 2014. The Sims 4. Sims as a franchise celebrated their 26th birthday just recently. But yeah, this was needed. This was an update that was asked for a long time, and being able to curve stairs like this is also a new feature. Yeah, they like keeping the suspense. They're good at that. That's a specialty at this point, I think. Yeah, we do also have these railings. What? No. Oh, sorry. EA is still a block term. At this point, I'm starting to think we should maybe remove it. Yeah, and also this is just part of the base game update. So this came for free to everyone. It was part of the big build update that came with royalty and legacies, but the update for the curved stairs and the railings and stuff is base game, so everyone gets it. I was watching Sims 3 Let's Plays. I mean, there's still a lot of people that play The Sims 3 and upload active Let's Plays. So you could have been watching The Sims 3 literally like yesterday. As in, the Sims 3 community is very much still alive. There's actually a whole selection of Simmers that exclusively play The Sims 3 because they think The Sims 4 is a bad game. Which I don't think I can personally relate to, for the simple reason that I started playing The Sims 4. That was like, I mean, I played The Sims 1, 2, 3, but never to the extent that I played The Sims 4. So I don't think I can really relate to that. And the best part, no, it's actually not buggy. I was kind of surprised when I was building with it earlier today. Like, there's some little workarounds. Like, for example, if you want to add it to like a shorter foundation height, you kind of have to curve it before you add to it. But if that's the worst of it, honestly, I'm happy. Okay, I am kind of tempted to go and like make this a cloud build and just make everything really white and fuzzy. Okay, but then for the flooring, it has to contain something round, she says. I mean, we could go for something like this, like a little patterned floor. I guess that counts as curvy, right? Like this with the blue. I actually really like. Oh God, what happens with the foundation here? Build a floor, please. I don't know how the floor got deleted there. Didn't it also say brown? No. Budget 18,888. Theme: every object and flooring must contain something round, curvy, or circular. So nothing brown. Okay, I know which lamp we're using. Yeah, same Nymphleura, same. I think that's the main reason I now, like, you know, maybe if that was the game that I initially got into, then I would have probably liked it more. But because I never really got into The Sims 3 and I first got into The Sims 4, it's a really rough transition graphics-wise to go from The Sims 4 to The Sims 3. Because The Sims 3 is ugly. And not like a little bit ugly, no, but like actually really freaking ugly. Like the graphics of that game is giving 2000s. Like 2004 maybe. But I'm not a fan. Okay, we're adding cloud lights because those are definitely round and curvy. in terms of doors and windows, I feel like if it needs to be a very light build, right? Because it's cloudy. So we're kind of gonna have to go with a room that or like a window that had like a round window. I like how people are gonna guess the theme is clouds, but then the theme is actually curvy and round. Door-wise, what does one add for a round and curvy door? I guess we would have to go for something like this. That actually kind of looks magical. It's also kind of giving ship. Yeah, that was my first thought as soon as I added the round windows. I was like, oh, now it's giving airship. But I kind of like the windows though. I think it's cute. Okay, let's get that wallpaper. Flooring, sorry, and just also add it outside. Okay, now speaking of wallpaper, we actually do have to add a wallpaper now. And the wallpaper also has to have something round and curvy. We have that. That has round and curvy, but I don't think that fits the theme perfectly. Maybe in wallpaper there will be better options. That actually works. That's round and curvy, and that really fits the flooring. It's almost giving Bridgerton as well. Do you guys see it with the light blue? And it's like a little Zeppelin. Exactly. You know what I'm kind of tempted to do? And this might backfire, so I'm going to save these roofs really quickly. But because everything has to be round and curvy, I kind of want to add round roofs. Still got to watch Bridgerton. As in like the new season or everything? Hold on, I need round roofs in The Sims are such a pain to work with. Everything. Ooh, you're in for a treat then. You are in for a treat. Okay, hold on. Again, I'm happy that I saved the old roofs because this might really backfire. But I want to see if I can make it work. Which maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Do you play like Sims also kind of forever world like Minecraft? Oh, I mostly play challenges. However, I've written a legacy challenge that is made up of 35 generations, and I'm currently on generation 4, and I've been playing for 2.5 years. I am also playing a 10 generation legacy here on Twitch that I started on my birthday in 2021. I am currently on generation 6. So I would say those also sort of count as forever worlds. 35. Yeah, it's the pack legacy challenge. So there's a generation for every single expansion pack. or game pack. There's also game packs in there. So there like it's a combination. But 35 generations. Also, she watches Twitch. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Because I need new series to binge, but I don't know if I like it because it's different from what things I've watched. For me, it's also very different from things that I normally watch, but I love it. It has like the right amount of everything to be entertaining. The right amount of drama, the right amount of like critical thinking, the right amount of like good character development, but like there's not too much of anything either. It's not like too serious, if that makes any sense. I just want to stay in bed. Valid. Look, I made it an entire cloud. I gave it a somewhat round roof. I think I like that. Now even the roof is curvy. Okay, and now we have 13K to add things in here. I like the idea of actually making it like a little, not like too Bridgerton themed, but like a little tea party. So that we can add round tables. Even if I know I'll enjoy them. No, but that's fair. Let's be real. That is super fair. That's a tablecloth with lemons. To be fair, I normally don't reach that far either into gameplay. The reason I get that far into gameplay, like, I mean, I'm on Gen 6 or Gen 7. I think Gen 6 for the Not So Berry now. And I am on, like I said, almost Gen 5 for the Pack Legacy, is because I do this as a living. Because I probably would have given up on the Pack Legacy if I was just playing for myself. Not because I think it's a bad challenge. I mean, I can't really say that about my own work now, can I? But genuinely just because I struggled to continue to play with Sims for such a long time. But because I do this as my job, that kind of was an extra push to keep going. And I have actually figured out new strategies for myself to also keep the longevity interesting, to just dive extra deep into storytelling and to have like interesting dynamics between characters and stuff. Who made the shell for the challenge? My moderators. Also, Nocturnal, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. But before I started the Not So Berry challenge, I think the highest I'd reached was like 2 generations. And then I'm just done. And then I was just done. Okay, so I'm gonna add different tea sets. Just because I can. Because they're round. We're actually in like 2 weeks on the 8th of March. We're gonna do a 12-hour stream that was unlocked during November. And it's actually kind of perfect because I'll be in London right before that. And in London, I will be doing an IRL stream in the afternoon when we go to Kew Gardens. But then I won't be doing a gameplay stream on Friday because I'm traveling on Friday. So then, like, we don't have a gaming stream on Friday that week, and we only have a short stream on Thursday that week. So I'm going to quote unquote make up for that. I know that I don't have to make up for that, but since you guys already unlocked the 12-hour stream, I figured that would actually be a perfect opportunity. On the 8th of March, we're going to do a 12-hour storytelling stream. I have actually really missed the Not So Berry challenge. I've actually really missed playing with it. And what I want to do is I want to do like a deep dive. We've done this once before and I actually really liked it because something that I sometimes struggle with when playing, like doing gameplay in The Sims, especially if I haven't played with a challenge for a while, is it kind of just feels like you're taking care of your Sims. You're just making sure that their needs are okay and there's like not too much storytelling, but on a stream of like 3 hours, if there's not an existing story, it can be hard to get into it, especially like I said, if you haven't played for a while. Also for the community, it can be hard to follow what exactly has happened so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 12-hour like full-on storytelling session where in like the first beginning of stream, we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, what has happened so far, where are we in this storyline, and I'm gonna basically try to play through as much of one generation as possible. We are, I would say, like 30% into the orange gen, give or take. I would love to try and actually complete the orange gen on that specific stream so that we can move on to the next stream and also like build a story already. And like come up with like a backstory for our next generation and all of those things so that then after that it will become easier to incorporate it into the content from time to time again, like to play more frequently. Because then it will be more fun to do that because we actually are like a little bit back into the storyline because it's been months since I played the Not So Berry. If in the meantime you would already like to catch up or you're like interested in, okay, what does she do? I think it's this command. Yeah, so both my Pack Legacy challenge and my Not So Berry challenge. The Not So Berry challenge isn't fully updated. I'm going to do that next week. But the Pack Legacy is fully updated. I actually have public family trees with all the characters, and every heir has their entire backstory written out. The villain cat with the mask. Oh, yeah. Shadowban. Shadowban is immortal. Shadowban changes their look based on what generation they're living with. That cat has been with us for a long time, like years at this point. Would you say, Thomas, please read this, or, oh, please read it? Genuinely. And that's not because I don't want to answer your questions, but on storytelling streams like that, I get your question 25 times. That's why I wrote it out. So if you genuinely want to know what has happened so far, I mean, you can also just kind of go along for the ride, listen to the story, and figure out, like, I don't know what's happening. But if you actually want to know the backstory, I mean, you can ask, like, oh, what's their name? Like, that's fine. If you want to be like, so when were they born and what's their backstory and why are they trans and why are they only wearing orange? Read it. No, but that's the thing. Like 25 times, like next to Thomas, there's going to be 25 other people who also don't know the answer to that question. So they're also going to ask. You're going to do your homework. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Now I have to deliver. Now I have to make sure that it's going to be a good stream. But it's actually kind of cool because March 8th is International Women's Day. And we can like celebrate that by telling a really cool story. Do you upload your Twitch streams to YouTube? Yes, I do. Thank you, Esther. Esther just posted the link in chat. It's the second one, the channel with the VODs. All of them are uploaded, including all the Not So Berry Challenge streams, and I've actually put them all together in one playlist. It is like years worth of content though. So I just want to be upfront about that. Like I said, I started this in I think if you watched my very first Not So Berry stream, you wouldn't even recognize me. Let's go, Ruby. Ooh, that is fun. I like that. Okay, we need to get curtains that are round and cloudy. I like those. At what time? It's going to be a 12-hour stream. I usually start those around 10 a.m. my time. So that I can wrap up around between 10 and 11. I haven't published the times though, but I'm assuming it's going to be 10, potentially 11. If it happens that I'm really busy the day beforehand or really tired, then sometimes I move it a little bit. For making a playlist, I try to categorize all my streams. So if you're ever interested, on my VODs channel, you can like also find all the Girly Pop streams, the 2 different seasons. I have one big playlist with all my Minecraft streams, but I also have separate playlists for the Girly Pop streams. I have a separate playlist for like special streams, like birthday streams or anniversaries or anything. If you ever want to watch any of that back, I have a separate playlist for the Builders games, both the seasons that I've participated. And they're like all on there. I have basically a playlist for every different game I play. And I still, every single time I export my streams, I add it to the right playlist. So you can easily find it. The only thing that I've not been consistent with, and that's like actually a thing that I've been a little bit annoyed with myself, is I haven't been consistent with in the title. I always add the date of when it was streamed. And sometimes I use European dates and sometimes I use American dates. I don't know why. No worries, Jess. I mean, honestly, if I'm live for 12 hours, then it hopefully it makes it a bit easier to catch a part of the stream. But at the same time, if you cannot make it because you have something to do, that is also really fun. You know, I will upload it. And also my VODs are always available for 90 days on my streams here or just on Twitch. Okay, I'm going to make this a little tea room, actually. I think that could be really cute. Hold on. 'Cause I don't like... Let's go! She watches Switch. Thank you so much for continuing your gift sub into a paid tier 1 sub. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please enter all your subby perks for a whole month more. I really appreciate you wanting to do that. I know that you mentioned it last week. Or was it last week? Was it this week? I'm starting to doubt myself. I don't like I've been so busy that I don't know time anymore. But thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I want to see because I'm not entirely. Oh my god. That is perfect. That's even perfecter. Yeah, I love the color scheme of those chairs. Mention it Tuesday. Okay, see? That already feels like a full week ago. But I clicked it without ever having connected a payment method and it just worked. Do you have potentially PayPal connected? Well, you said you don't have a... It didn't give you a pop-up window or anything? Won't be celebrating for 12 hours. Just a small gathering with your siblings. I mean, that's cute, though. I like that you guys are doing that. My aunt has her birthday coming up next week, and we're gonna go see a theater show. She invited all of us to go to a theater show. So I'm really, really curious what that's gonna be like. It will be on Wednesday, so I'll tell you guys about it on Thursday. I rarely go to theater, so I think that's gonna be a really fun experience. It will ask for a payment method at some point. No, I don't think it's a Prime sub, Liv, because I get a very clear message. It specifically says, just continued their sub from Prime/tier to tier 1. But it could be that you, because you still have a gift sub ongoing, that it could be that it will ask you to pay for it when the gift sub ends. Yeah, okay. Exactly. So then you'll have to pay for it in 6 days. They're basically just not letting you pay already because you are still on a gift sub, which is kind of nice. I don't think they always did that before, but it'll just give you an email to pay later. I actually really like this rug. I don't think I've used it before, but that's really cute. And it's curvy and round. Yeah, exactly. Before you would pay immediately, right? I was like, I didn't make this up, did I? But I don't. Because you guys are confirming it, so that's good. It is a bit weird. You're totally fair. Like, it is slightly confusing. But at the same time, it's also nice that you don't immediately have to pay. Because then part of your gift sub would just get lost. I love that there's like 4 leaf rugs in blue. This is perfect. You can buy sushi again for the 12-hour stream. Nice. Let's go. That's maybe a good idea. I haven't had sushi in such a long time. We were originally gonna go and have sushi before going to Stardew Valley in concert, but my brother-in-law is currently like on a pretty restrictive diet because he's trying to figure out what he's allergic to. That meant that our original plan to go eat sushi had to get canceled, and we actually went to a place where they had pizza, which like has like a gluten-free pizza and stuff like that. And we didn't end up having sushi, but now I haven't had sushi in a really long time. I do eat fish sushi, yeah. I eat fish in general, so I don't really mind having fish sushi. I prefer the salmon over the tuna, though, although I like a tuna as well. I think my favorite is surimi, although you could argue how much fish there is in surimi. But yeah, I the only thing that I like, it's not my favorite, is the fish eggs. Although the fish eggs that they use for sushi aren't really, it's like not like caviar, but like a cheaper version of the fish eggs. That's not my favorite. I don't hate it. The only thing that I genuinely don't like, which does make sushi sometimes challenging, specifically for takeout, like if you go and all you can eat is fine, but for takeout, they usually do like boxes. I don't eat avocado. So like almost every sushi roll will have avocado in it, unless you just get like the ones that don't have like a bigger sushi roll, but it's like a smaller one with just like one ingredient. But those are usually really expensive to order. for the taste or the feeling. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Esther. Um, you named your cat after it. Wait, that's actually a really cute name. I like that. Right? It's too mushy. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the texture. And also, avocado, like, that's why it's quite healthy. Or a lot of people say that you should eat avocado because it's healthy. It contains a lot of fat, but like good fat, right? It's like healthy fat, just like fish fat. My stomach will just straight up refuse that fat. So I get extremely nauseous from avocado. I have this with a couple of other things that contain high fat. I also have it with saturated fat. If I have something that's like deep fried, if I have too much deep fried stuff, I will get unreasonably nauseous. And it's like my stomach just refuses to process it altogether, which can be kind of annoying sometimes because some deep fried stuff is just really good. I have a really weird thing with sushi because you've had it like only once, like 5 years ago, didn't like it, and you still crave it. No, but I get that. My sister has it or had this for the longest time with Brussels sprouts. She liked how they looked so much that her body would tell her to eat them, even though she knew that she didn't like them. Sorry, it really felt like I had to sneeze again, but I didn't. I recently became allergic to grapes and I'm so sad because I love them. Oh no, even grape jelly and stuff? Oh, that sucks. Grapes are good. But I feel you. I cannot have cherries, or plum, or peach, or nectarines. I mean, I don't get a severe reaction, so I could eat them, but the more I eat them, the worse it gets. But like my entire mouth starts to itch, and I'm always really sad about it because they're so good. Like they're so delicious. I want to eat them. But yeah. The other day, my management was like, do you have any allergies? Because they wanted to like register this just in case I ever sign up for an event or anything, or just in case I get like offered a sponsorship or something, they can like take those things into account. So I was like, oh, do you want to have my food allergies or like all? And they were like, no, we want all allergies. So I was like, okay, fine. So I'm allergic to, and then I just listed like the food things, which is mostly those fruits because it's actually a connection to hay fever. It's like I have an allergy for birch pollen, and it's like the proteins in those fruits actually have the same is the same as in birch pollen. So my body will think it's birch pollen, and therefore I get an allergic. Yeah, that's connected. You should look up oral. I always forget what it's called. Hollow once told me what it was. Food allergy related to hay fever. It's called oral allergy syndrome, or OAS. You can actually look up an entire table of which pollen you are allergic to and then which foods are related to that. And most common is birch pollen to be allergic to if you have hay fever. It's a very common allergy. And it's cherry, apples, all of those things, yeah. And there's like it's like a whole overview. So if you just Google it, you'll just get a table, and you basically can cross-reference if that actually makes sense for you. But like I gave all of those things, and I'm also allergic to shrimp. I don't know why, but I just get really bad like rash on my skin from shrimp. Like fresh shrimp. If it's processed, it's fine. But then she was like, okay, so any non-food allergies? And I was like, well, I'm allergic to ibuprofen, and any NSAIDs painkiller, which sucks because that's usually the strong painkillers they give you in the hospital. Yes, I can eat kabuk. Yeah. And then I was like, but that's not really super relevant. Like, as in, I don't expect to do a sponsorship with a painkiller brand. But then they're like, okay, anything else? I was like, well, fun fact, I'm allergic to latex. And ironically, latex is in so many things. It's like, it's genuinely in the weirdest of things you don't expect it to be in. I have to get specific plasters. because otherwise, like if I need sports tape, I need special sports tape. Like all of these kinds of things, just like random medical things that like if you go to an average first aid place, like let's say you're at a festival and you sprain your ankle, I always have to be like, sorry, can you guys make sure to wear latex-free gloves and stuff like that? It's like such an annoying allergy because it's not even a huge problem, as in it just irritates your skin a lot. It's like people with latex allergy, it's like almost never, with emphasis on almost, never an allergy that can get you at like in any life danger, but it can actually be highly annoying. It's in Band-Aids. A lot of Band-Aids, the glue has latex in it. So I have to get hypoallergen Band-Aids. Yes, of course, Charlotte. Good night. Good night. I hope you have some really good sleeps. But yeah. This is actually like, it's also one of those allergies that I tend to forget about. Like I tend to forget to tell people that I have this allergy. And then in like the weirdest moments, it will pop up and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I actually cannot do X, Y, and Z because it has latex in it. Like during COVID, I had driving lessons and initially they fully stopped, but eventually they picked it back up where you had to like obviously wear like a face mask and you had to wear gloves because obviously you were holding the steering wheel and it was like one student after the other. So you had to wear gloves in the car. I had to order, because they had like gloves in the car for every student, right? So you would enter the car, they'd be like, here's gloves. I had to order my own gloves because the gloves they had latex in it. It's not latex though. No, probably there's like an ingredient in the glue. The glue on Band-Aids is not very allergen friendly, which is kind of weird. Like, why not just make all Band-Aids allergen friendly? Yeah, latex-free gloves are pretty common at this point. It's actually not that bad anymore. But when I was younger and I would go visit the dentist or the doctor's office, it was not common at all. So I always had to tell them. I'd be like, hi, can you please use latex-free gloves? Because if they didn't, my entire mouth would like be red. And I didn't know at that time. I didn't know at that time that it like was because of latex allergy. And yes, for anyone wondering, I did indeed find out that I was allergic to latex because of condoms, which was a highly annoying thing to find that out because it took 2 years of consistent bladder infections before my doctor was, oh, you know what? Maybe you don't have a bladder issue. Maybe you're just allergic to latex. Yeah, that wasn't great. I mean, that is one way to know for certain. I did so many tests for bladder issues. Like I had like, you know, TMI, I had like a catheter and stuff where they did like the contrast liquid to put it in my bladder and do like an echo and everything, like a radiology echo. I did that shit just to find out that I was allergic to fucking latex. Yeah, that is still to this date, I think, potentially my most horrible hospital experience. And I've had a lot because I went to a lot of doctors and I've done a lot of hospital things at this point. But I was like 15, 16. And, you know, that time where you're like very awkward and aware of your body because you're going like through puberty and you don't really know what's happening. And I don't know, you're like, I mean, sometimes obviously you can still be awkward later on, but I feel like that phase with all the hormones and stuff is like peak awkwardness. You're like embarrassed about everything. And then this was like true story. I kid you not. I had to lay on a table and they were going to like fill my bladder. And then they were going to basically look at an echo to see how that liquid, which is literally radioactive liquid, would travel through my bladder and go like up my kidneys and stuff like that, right? So all fine. They do this. I'm already like embarrassed. I don't like it, right? They have to put a catheter in. It's not fun, but I'm trying to be really cool about it. And then at one point she's like, oh, we have like an intern. Can they come look? And I was already there. I was not like really in a position to be like, no. And also I'm just too good of a person. So I was like, sure. And then this like super handsome guy walks in and I'm like 15, right? Straight up skyrocketing hormones, laying there naked from the bum down, just being like, hi. Embarrassed as fuck. My mom is right next to me. And then at one point she's like, okay, you have to tell us when your bladder is full and you have to pee. So I'm laying there and I'm like, obviously very uncomfortable, highly aware of everything. I'm like, oh, help. I think my bladder is full. So I'm like, I think I have to pee. Thinking that they would take the stupid catheter out and then I could just go pee. No. She took it out. She was like, you have to pee right here. And I was like, what do you mean you have to pee right here? And she's like, yeah, you have to pee while you're laying on the table. There's like a diaper sheet underneath you. But we have to like monitor how your bladder empties as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was awkward. So then I peed. But like the weirdest part of this all, and you thought that was the weirdest part, but no, there's more. The weirdest part of it all was, have you ever realized that your pee is not cold? Well, me neither, until I had to pee with liquid that hadn't been in my body for longer than like 10 minutes. So it was cold. You know how weird it is to pee cold? Does not make any sense. Then I went to the bathroom to like, you know, she was like, okay, you're good. You can go and like finish peeing in the bathroom. My pee was bright green because of the radioactive fluid. It was literally one of the weirdest days I've had in my life. Also very uncomfortable, very weird. And that says a lot because I've had a colonoscopy. So, and this was definitely more uncomfortable. But yeah, welcome to the life of a walking medical confusion for doctors. Also, hi, Rose. Welcome in. It is really good to see you. And Nikki, welcome in. It's good to see you. I'm doing good. How are you? And Lilith, welcome in. I'm sorry for everyone who's literally just joining the stream. I was just telling a big TMI story of being in a hospital. But yeah, I have done some weird not weird examinations. They're really normal, but at the time they felt like weird examinations, you know? No, being medical confusion, I don't recommend either. Colonoscopy, you're unconscious, true, but the preparation for a colonoscopy, you're not unconscious. Whose mod room? This is Micah's room. I don't like the pink. I'm just gonna go with the green. But the preparation of a colonoscopy was not fun. I learned that toilets are really not made for sitting on them for a long time. But yeah, I got to pick whether I wanted to be unconscious for my colonoscopy. I absolutely said hell yes. Sometimes I'm glad there is no care for my illness. I'm not, of course, but yeah, it's like the thing is, most of these things are diagnostic, so they're not really cures or care. They're more like to figure out what's going on. I feel like the figuring out what's going on is either a physically shit process or a mentally shit process, and in a lot of cases, sometimes even both. But I there's also physical treatments that I'm like, I'm kind of happy that I don't have to go through those, you know? Like if they would help me get rid of my EDS, I'd probably I'm not happy that there's no like treatment, but like at the same time, the uncomfortableness of these treatments, like, no, thank you. Pulled the both card. Yeah. See, that's not a fun card to have. Oh no, same with preparation before surgery. Oh, I can only imagine, especially if you're that young. Like, that's the thing. I feel like, you know how they have like a hospital for kids? I genuinely, like, technically you're allowed to go to a hospital for kids until you're 18, at least here in the Netherlands. But very often for these like more extensive researches, you still have to go to, like, especially if you're like above 14 or something, you still go get assigned like to an adult doctor and stuff like that. Obviously the doctor should be an adult, by the way, but like, I mean, the adult part of the hospital. I feel like they should have at least like a couple of people in the hospital that are there for psychological guidance of teenagers. Oh, I've heard Nymphleora. I've never done it myself, but I've heard horror stories about sleep monitoring exams. It's been 4.5 years. I'm so sorry, Rose. That like sucks ass. Has no kid doctors. Imagine if they did. Imagine if they did. Like, oh my god, that'd be hella problematic. Also kind of funny, but like for a 3-second kind of moment, kind of funny, and then you'd be like, what? I'm sorry. You mean this is serious? Like, it would be fun, but just for a little bit. Horror stories? Yeah, I've just heard like from people that it was extremely unpleasant. That they absolutely hated it, and that it felt that they were very uncomfortable, and I don't know, just like that it was one of the worst things they've done. I know you. I'm actually kind of surprised with how this room is turning out as well. Like, not gonna lie, I did not expect it to work. Like the whole thought I had of let's make a cloud themed tea room. But it's giving Bridgerton in like a good way. Cooties, I think so, yeah. Or like you have like cornflakes disease, sir. I don't know what that would be, but you have it. Also, we only have 400 left at this point. In your stomach to see. Oh. Yeah. I don't know what it's called either. I mean, the colonoscopy is like similar, but not in your stomach, but in your gut. But I agree. It is a good sleep. I remember that the lady was like, count back from 10, and I was like, 10, 9, gone. Like, I didn't get further than 9. I was just out. Oh, good shout. Let's save. Severe candy deficiency. Yeah. 100%. There was a pirate ship to play in, and after it, we always went to the zoo, and aww. That's actually really cute. Like, it's weird to think about it that way, but it's also kind of nice that something that is honestly so shit, like having to go to a hospital as a kid, that there are people who are genuinely trying to make that an experience that is as quote unquote pleasant as possible. Also, this is not in the middle. All this time, that window was not in the middle, and I didn't even realize it. It is in this side. Because it's getting crazy. Oh yeah. I think this is like one of those eye-opener moments, or at least it was for me. It was literally a TikTok. And the TikTok just said, the normal amount of pain is no pain. And that goes for anything. The normal amount of things going on in your body that aren't supposed to be in or happening in your body is 0. If you have something where you're like, this doesn't feel quite right. I have a feeling like something might be going on. Go to the doctor. You are valid for wanting to go see a doctor. Even though doctors are unfortunately sometimes what feels like specialized in making you feel like you should not be going to the doctor. Like, I feel like a lot of us that have been, whether you have a diagnosis or not, a lot of us here in chat can relate to that feeling of trying to chase a diagnosis, trying to figure out what's wrong, maybe even being dismissed by doctors, which I'm sorry if you had to experience that. That really freaking sucks. But also, I think every single person here that eventually got to a diagnosis or is still working on it, but is like, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. But is like, you know, in the process of at least having doctors that listen. I think everyone agrees, like, yeah, it is not okay to have symptoms that are not supposed to happen. Um, and it's not low iron, blood pressure is low, but consuming more salt doesn't help, stuff like that. Yeah. It's like it sucks to have to go back every single time, but you are valid for going back every single time. Yeah, it sucks that you can get so medically gaslit. Like, I hate that that's a thing. Magnesium can definitely help, but like, I'm taking magnesium and it helps, but it doesn't solve everything. You've had a great doctor listen in the UK and it's a total game changer. I'm so happy that you found someone that is like actively listening. That, like, I genuinely wish that for every single person. To find a doctor that it like genuinely takes you serious and wants to actually help you. That's like that's what I truly wish for everyone. Because it shouldn't be something that we should be like, oh, I really wish that you had this. Like, it should be the default. So I'm happy that you found that. And looked like a bright red tomato. That's wild that it has such a massive effect. No, exactly, Curious. That is super fair. Like, you just want to know so that you can take preventative care. Okay, so we have 27 simoleons left, right? I'm trying to figure out what we can add. Because this build is actually like looking really good. Like, I'm actually really happy with how this super weird room turned out. You know what we could add? I have an idea. I don't know if we'll be able to do it with 27, but worst case, I'll get rid of some of the cloud lights because we have quite a lot of them. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to, like, I need a window like that. So that'd be 30, but I would need multiple. Okay, so then I would have to get rid of so many cloud lights. Maybe that doesn't work. I was thinking maybe we can add windows into this and then I can add like something in here. Oh, you know what? We can still do that. We have the glass wallpaper now. In miscellaneous. And then we have this glass wallpaper. It has curves and curlies in it. Oh. It looks somewhat interesting on a diagonal wall, but it has curves and curlies in it. We also have this one. Oh, that's way better. Oh, we are using that one. And then what I wanted to do was let's actually get a grass and then a grass. And then I do need this wallpaper on the inside here. Oh, I have one simoleon left. Okay. We are getting to a point that I might have to I can remove these ones. These are quite expensive because I would like to actually add something on the inside as well. This room is very symmetrical. Yeah, it's very satisfying. This is like, I would low-key love to go to this tea room. You would have good privacy. So Suzanne, welcome in. Thank you so much. No worries. Feel free to interrupt at any time. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'm happy that this vibe is exactly what you were looking for. That is actually perfect. Hold on. That is so cute. The only thing is I'm confused as to why the pattern is slightly different, but I actually don't really mind that even. I think it looks pretty cute. And then I wanted to add like a tree, like a small one. Something like that, but you know, not really because that doesn't fit, but I would, yeah, we are really good at interrupting here, but like in a positive way. We just yap and then we switch topics because something comes up. And that just works. Okay, let's see. If I sort on white. Flowers. The shading in there is a little bit weird, but I guess we can fix that by just adding a light in there. I think these flowers are actually very pretty. And we still have money. Like, I deleted some other things that were more expensive, so. Interrupting myself on a daily basis. I feel that. My brain is continuously interrupting itself, actually. It's very rude. I think it ought to learn some proper, what is it called? See, can't even think. Okay, that doesn't fix the shading issue. Then where is that shading issue coming from? I mean, I still like it. I still think it looks good. Let's see. Oh my god, look. Manners! Thank you, that's the word I was looking for, yeah. That is really pretty. I would actually love to have tea here. What the hell? I cannot believe that somehow this room turned out this good looking. Even though the instructions were actually very silly. The budget was good though. I feel like the budget for this room is very doable because we now have 700 left. I know that there's one of this, like a duoperry, but like a singular one, that is 400. So that doesn't work. We can only add one. I would like to have a plant that is 350 and that fits my aesthetic, you know? That's 375, which is a little bit more expensive, but that does fit my aesthetic. It isn't round enough though. Do you always? Yes. I always expect to see myself in tab mode, and I'm always confused that I don't. Like, what is that about? Isn't it weird that that's like a mirror without a reflection? It confuses me. Maybe we can work with some more like lighting. I wanted to add that around the door, which is like pretty, but I don't know if that blocks off the door if it's like this. But that fits the aesthetic so well. If we add that around different doors. Exactly. What's the difference with a painting then? It's just like a painting with a shiny surface. Let's make sure that I actually add it around the door frame. There we go. Let's see. That one is that side, so this one needs to go that side. Okay, 75 left. Hold on. This is not correct. I fucked up. Needs to go on that side. There we go. Yeah, this side I also messed up. There we go. I actually don't know if that blocks your Sims' paths. I assume it doesn't, but you never know. The thingy's on the door, yeah. I kind of was looking for something that I could add in this area because I felt like that part of the wall was a little bit empty. And then I saw this, I was like, hold on, that might actually work. But now we have 75 left. Ooh, sorry for the yawnsies. Let's see if we have a painting that is... Ooh, an ornate wall panel. That is exactly 75, by the way. But it probably blocks the doors, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, but sometimes the weirdest things, like you can also hang a rope on the door and it's fine. Like there's quite some wall decorations that you can just put in front of a door and your Sims will just walk straight through it. See, but if I just have one of these, that like, what am I going to do with that? That doesn't really work. So I need something that is round and that I can add 2 times. Also, Simlover Nick, welcome in, and Joe, welcome in. I hope you guys are doing really well. And obviously we have round walls, so we cannot even add the decor. I think the green chair is from High School Years, yeah. Oh no, it's from Lovestruck. It's from Lovestruck. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find what I'm looking for in here. Let's see, let's look at wall decor. Sometimes that has different things that I could use. How expensive is this? 70. Oh my god, I can have 1 bow. That is infuriating because it's actually kind of perfect. What if we have... I really like the bow. Hold on. Because actually this room is a little too light anyways. Like, as in, I think the light is a little bit overwhelming. Hold on. I actually kind of want to have the light away from the doors. Because there we already have that as a light. Because I really like the bows. I want to add the bows on the door. That's stupid, maybe, but... maybe little table lamps. So, I could add lamps on the poofs. I can try, but technically those poofs aren't tables, so then I would have to tool it, but that should be fine. I like that idea. I think that could be cute. Just in general, something on the poofs could be nice. Because I did add them as tables. So let's see if we have like a little fluffy table light that we can now afford 2 of with like little under 400 simoleons. Something round. That would be something round. That's a good contender. I'll think of that one. There are so many really ugly table lights in The Sims. Yeah, it's really dark. I'm hoping that will get better if I add lights over here. Otherwise, I can add separate lights in here. The problem isn't really... Like, they were already really dark before. So I think even if this room is, like, overly lit, this is still gonna be super dark. That's just because it's a covered outdoor room and The Sims lighting is a nightmare. No, I actually like this one better. Although that looks wrong on that poof. Maybe instead of the poofs, I should just add round little tables. Like little side tables. Like we have these ones. In different colors. Let's see. Which one do I like? Maybe that one is actually really nice. Because I feel like that matches with the rugs over here. Also, these rugs are giving me Animal Crossing. Like, so strongly. Okay, and then let's get those lights back. Because I feel like those lights are very silly. I almost never use them, but they are kind of perfect for this space. Do I then want to have a colored one? Or... I really wish... Okay, so listen. This light is perfect apart from the fact that it's not because the base is too dark. I wish the base was silver. Then it would have actually been perfect. That is such a cozy light. Ooh, good shout, Esther. Probably just 3 hours today. I think, can I size those down? Because they're like a little bit too big, but I like them. Okay, now we have... I keep, like, removing things to add things, and then we end up with more money than we started with. But I like that. I think that looks good. So let's do a double check if I can actually add... Like, see, if even if I add lights literally into this room, these plants do not get lighter. Don't we love a good lighting bug in The Sims? Let's just check how it looks first person if I like it. Or whether I want to change something. Sometimes it helps to put outside lights. But this room is not connected to anything on the outside. As in, where would I put the light? Or you mean outside of the room? Wait, what? Where would you add lights then? Oh, the garden light on the floor. Wait, that's actually a good shout. Let's try that. That might actually solve the problem. I always forget that we have a couple of floor lights. Well, of course we do. No, it actually makes sense now that you reiterated on what you tried to say. Surprisingly enough, that helps very little. And I can add it right inside the bush. It still looks better. But, even on the sides, it doesn't do anything. But it's fine. I think this already looks better. Okay, 475. Just keep removing and adding things. That's fine, I think. It's just because I want to have things be symmetrical, and that's what makes things a challenge. We can have these balloons again. We use these in the carnival room, but like maybe someone's having a little party. Like a little wedding party. That's cute. Good idea. 8 messages. That will get your message count up. That is true. It's a very smart strategy. I like it. Using your big brain. Let's see if we have any sculptures that fit our... Because now we have 365 left. And we mostly need some, like, decoration, I think. Just some final little bits and bobs. We can have, like, a vase. Maybe this one. That kind of fits the color scheme. And we have 170 left. We can maybe add something to this side. Then we take a little bit of the symmetry away. Just a little bit. Not too much. We, like, add some artwork. There we go. 45 left. What can we add with 45? Not a lot. Let's look at the whole category. I mean, there's things, but just not many things. My game always needs to load so long if I click show all. Okay, let's scroll until we see things that we can actually add. Well, a couple of very cheap chairs, but that's not really what we need. A couple of bar stools, also not really what we need. yeah, improvised chairs doesn't really fit the vibe. Random tables, also not really what we need. Cute, like shelving stuff, also not really what we need. A centerpiece foot pedestal. Okay, so what if we add that? Can we then add a plant on top of it? Oh, we only had 45 left. I thought we had 75 left. Well, then that's not what we need. Unfortunately. There's not a lot you can do with 45 simoleons. That's becoming very clear right now. There's a couple of plants we could use. I wouldn't really know where to put them, though. I mean, we can just add that in the middle. Actually, that kind of looks nice. We did it again. We used the entire budget to the T. Look. That's Micah's room done. And everything in this room. I mean, that plant has a round pot, so I think it counts for being curvy and round. Everything in this room is round or curvy. Or wiggly. To the T. Exactly. I like this room a lot, actually. This might so far. Previously my favorite room was the carnival room because of all the colors, but I think this is now my new favorite. I think the Bridgerton tea room is now my new favorite. Leaves are curvy, exactly. And I like that we also got to play around with the new curvy stairs. I think that's actually kind of cool. But that means that we now have, I'm going to like do some landscaping for the last little bit of stream. And then for the next stream, we have the question mark, number 9, and the exclamation point left. The number 9, the budget is 99,999, aka just like Tub's room, a completely cursed amount. The theme is heaven versus hell, but seamlessly blended. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that room, as you can see. Then we have Petra's room, and Petra's room has a budget of 9,876, so actually lower than 10K. Petra has the exclamation point, and the theme of this room is fantasy, which is actually kind of perfect, because this room, or this exclamation point actually has this little tower up here, and I already kind of gave it a little fantasy roof. So I think that's going to be very fun. Some of them are connected. I didn't connect all the shells, but for example, over here, number 5 and number 9 are connected. Over here, the question mark and number 4 are connected. Number 6 and number 8 are individual. And over here, number 7, number 2, and number 1 are connected. I'm not going to do a tour of the rooms. I did them in the beginning of stream, so if you want to watch them, you can actually watch the beginning of stream back. But I want to actually try and do some landscaping now for like the last 15-20 minutes of stream, because actually I think what I would like to try and do is next time that I work on this, actually finish it. Because I've been working on this for quite some time now. And I like the idea of, oh, I actually need money to landscape. Hold on. I need money to landscape. There we go. But I would very much like to be able to finish this relatively soon. Because like I said, I've been working on it for quite a while now. I think I'm just gonna do like a semi-simple layout. I will definitely do a tour when we're done with like with all the buildings, for sure. But that's going to be like another stream, not today. I'm also, so far, I'm saving all the videos. And I'm actually thinking about turning it into a speed build. For people that have like not seen everything to still be able to watch it back. I started working on this on the in December, towards the end of December. But I didn't work on it at all in January because I was exclusively working on Girly Pop. So it's technically my 3rd month. This is my 5th stream working on it. So I would like to, I'm having fun. Don't get me wrong. But I also feel like I don't want to take longer than necessary, you know? I feel like we're making good progress. And then I would feel silly for needing like one extra stream to just finish some final things. But yeah, I'm planning to turn it into a YouTube video. I don't know when I'll post that though, because I will most likely use a YouTube video of this for like when I'm actually struggling to create other content, quote unquote struggling. Like when I don't have time to record, which is most likely going to be end of March when I'm in like DreamHack Birmingham, because then I'll be traveling, and I'm traveling like twice in March, which means like double the extra preparation work on everything. So I'll probably use it for that time, but at the same time, scrubbing streams and making them into videos also takes quite some time. So I'll just see whatever works. I'm trying to find a specific bush. Why am I not finding it? There we go. Hold on. I do not like that one. I'm not entirely sure where I want to go with the landscaping for this build, by the way. So I'm also just kind of winging it and seeing whatever I like. I do like the idea of the wildflowers a lot, though. I like myself a good wildflower. Are you editing yourself? I haven't decided yet. There is multiple people that can edit for me. I can either get editing capacity at my management, or I know that Lena also edits speed builds and stuff. But considering that I haven't decided, this is not finished yet. I haven't decided when I want to post it, and I haven't decided whether I have time to edit it myself. My biggest challenge with editing is not that I don't want to hire an editor, but it's more so just making sure that I actually have the funds to pay for it. This is a 64 by 64 lot. It's a big lot. It's a pretty big lot. So that's where I'm like trying to figure out what I want to do with the landscaping. Is it? I mean, it's on time for sure, but I don't think there's anything wrong with starting to pack on time. I mean, I sometimes mentally already think of like, oh, I want to take this to TwitchCon. Like, I don't pack it yet, but there are certain items where I'm like, oh, this would be really cute to take to TwitchCon. Let's see. What kind of, like a tree, I think would be kind of perfect there, because that would sort of separate those two paths from each other. So I do like that. I think landscaping is going to be massive, but the thing is, I'm not going to landscape the whole thing. I'm not like the details that I'm doing here right now. I'm not going to do that for every single bit of the lot, I think, because that would just be ridiculous. Like that wouldn't be very realistic either. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm basically just going to try to line everything. That is like part of the lot, but then around the edges, I'll probably just I don't know, have it be open, because I mean it connects to the beach and everything as well. So I just like the idea of the landscaping itself, kind of like it has to look like someone is actively keeping up with all of these small little buildings. Hold on. And like the paths are lined and stuff, but yeah. I think my biggest problem usually with building on big lots is actually that I overdo the landscaping. And this is something, I've said this multiple times during shell challenges. This is something that always absolutely impresses me when I look at builds from the community, is that generally speaking, when people are building, they don't actually landscape the whole lot. And I think that usually when I see that, I'm like, damn, that looks really good. And I'm like, I have to get better at being okay with landscaping in patches. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, let's go. She watches Switch. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Esther, for the uptime reminder. I think I'll go for like another 15 minutes or something, just like to a little after 10. I mean, it is Friday. Earlier, I know I said I was going to go for 3 hours, but then I started landscaping. See, the one thing that I don't like is how this doesn't connect now. But that's because I added these 2 stupid plants in front of this. Ideally, I would just remove these trees and... I mean, I could just add the plants like this, I guess. Hold on. Just so that they're connected to the sides. There we go. Because then I can just connect this fully. Which I think would look a bit better. And then I want to add these over here. Just as like some connectors. Considering that this is already like a somewhat of a weird lot, I also like the idea of being able to just, I don't know, keep it somewhat natural. I will quickly move these things out of the way because actually this little corner over here is kind of perfect for a parking lot. You know, for when visitors arrive. That's gravel. That's concrete. The darker concrete. Let's get that. Because this is also the entrance for artists that are DJing in the club. Tend to only landscape part of, yeah. Which honestly is such a reasonable thing to do. Like, I should really do that more often. For some reason, I'm always just really tempted to fill every inch of the lot. Which you really don't have to. No, I didn't mean to copy that one. I want to copy this one. There we go. And then I want to use this fence. Oof, 6 tomorrow. That is very early. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. There we go. And then let's actually go into, let's make sure that we can see the live edit items. And then we go into objects. No, I needed objects by. Tism. Maybe. You have to go to school tomorrow on a Saturday? Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry. Do you have like at least maybe some fun topics at school? Or also, Bria, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. Yeah, that is a reasonable size for a parking space. Maybe the truck should go there instead of right next to the building. Realistically, the biggest car probably would not park in the smallest parking space. Realistically, the smallest car would park in the smallest parking space. There we go. Ooh, thank you for the hydrate, actually. I was forgetting to drink. There's an item from City Living that I would love to use. So we're going to go and we're going to sort on City Living. And I'm going to go... Jennifer, hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. How was your stream? I actually saw that you were doing some gameplay today. I saw you in the Sims category and I was like, hold up. I know who that is. Thank you so much for the shout out. I appreciate it for anyone. Wait, quick question. Did that happen automatically? mods, because I just said thank you for the shout out, but I think I automated this. Did it work? Oh my goodness. I freaking love Seribot. Everyone from my side, go follow Jennifer right now. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. For everyone just joining, welcome in. I hope you all had the best time over at Jennifer's. Thank you so much for coming along on that raid. For anyone who's new here, welcome in. My name is Rosanna or Ro. I use she, her pronouns. And on the channel, we do co-working, gaming, and a sprinkle of IRL streams. And today we are playing The Sims. And I am working on a very cursed shell challenge that my mods made me. Also, Jennifer, thank you so much for the 16 months already. Holy butts, that's a long time. Thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. Thank you for resubbing while you also raid in. That's incredibly kind. If you need to go raid and run, raid and rest, by the way, practice your after stream time. Self-care, you know what we say here, self-care do be very sexy. So if you need to go raid and run, raid and rest, that goes for anyone who came with that raid. Please make sure to do so. But obviously, if you want to hang out here, you're also very welcome. If you have any questions, by the way, feel free to ask at any time. But this is the shell that we've been working on. I'm just doing some landscaping towards the end of stream because this is a 64 by 64 lot. And as you can see, this part is landscaped and it immediately looks a lot better than this part, which is not landscaped. This part looks a bit sad and empty. The idea behind this shell is that my mods gave me different shapes to work with, different numbers to be exact. So for example, this is number 3. This is number 8. This is number 6. And every single room had their own budget and their own theme. And both the themes and the budgets are very cursed. Like imagine having to do this teeny tiny room and the budget is 100,111. The 7 is over here. It's combined. So some of the rooms I actually combined. I was allowed to puzzle them together. This is number 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we actually did number 7. Why not next to 6? Because it didn't fit. The 6 and the 7 didn't really fit together puzzle wise. What I try to do is the vision of this build is it's an escape room where when you arrive at the lot, you can like park your car. We literally just made the car park. You can park your car and then you can go into the number 3 building. The challenge for the number 3 building was that everything had to come in what was it again? Odd numbers. So everything in this room is an odd number, but this is your reception. This is where you can wait for all the participants, and this is where you can actually buy your ticket. And there's a photo booth to commemorate your visit to the lot. And then the goal is that you have to go to every single little bungalow, and like some bungalows have multiple rooms, some have just one, and you have to guess the theme of the room to be able to escape it. And some of the themes are really obvious and some of the themes are not so obvious. So number 6 might be an obvious one because number 6's theme is red. And we added all kinds of things there that are associated with red, like spice and love and passion and stuff like that. Today we did number 8, and with number 8, everything in the room had to be round or curvy. So the wallpapers and the chairs and everything is like round and curvy, and we made it into a Bridgerton themed tea room. That's difficult to say. Oh yeah, sex is in there, absolutely. I mean, love, sex, passion. We have love and sex like kind of next to each other. We have fire and hell. We have sunburn even. Red wine. All kinds of things associated with the theme for red. What about the saxophone? What about the saxophone where? Where? In 6. Am I blind? Because sax? Well, I mean, sex is already represented if you mean sex, but sax? Why sax? What's the relation between sax and red? Unless you mean not sax, but sex. But then, yeah, but we already have a lot of other things. We had a budget, and the budget was gone after adding all these things. I mean, there's so many items in The Sims. We could say, why not add this to every room? Like we could play the why not for every single room that I've made. But the answer is simple because we ran out of budget and we already had enough. But yeah, basically every room has its own theme. And I was just doing some landscaping. Today we made number 8 and number 7. And I'm trying to work this together. This is a very evil shell challenge that my moderators made for me. So I'm genuinely just trying to work my way through it. Also, hold on, because I saw that Jennifer answered earlier. And I'm now trying to scroll up. Also, Oreo Sim, welcome in. You started the Origins Legacy. Let's go. Have so much fun. You were playing your American Girl Legacy challenge that I created. Oh, wait, I read about that. Where, like, it's a 10-generation legacy where every gen is inspired by an American girl. I didn't even know that was a thing. I actually looked it up because I saw it on your little profile. I might have been stalking your stream today. Let's pretend I wasn't, but I might have been. Token horse girl, but definitely need to eat. Yes, absolutely go eat. Go, 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 go. Practice self-care. Self-care to be very sexy. Just being a troll. Oh, yeah, that was not clear. Sorry. Why not even more doors in Mordor? I mean, do you really want me to? Honestly, we could have. With the budget for that room, we genuinely could have. That room had an absolutely crazy budget. Okay, I'm gonna try to line this path, even though the path is very curvy. It's not called few doors. I need sleep. Oh, I love this chat and dad jokes. I think I would have been back, probably, yeah. I think so too. Because unfortunately, in this scenario, unfortunately, he also would have the power to do that. In other cases, not unfortunately, because, you know, he can help keep the chat safe. But in this occasion, would have been unfortunately. Oh, yeah, feel free to share it on the Discord. Feel free to share it in the Sims channel. Because there's always people looking for legacy challenges. So I always love it to have as many as possible in the Discord. Okay, see, it's like these little corners where I start to struggle with how to connect things. But I do really like having all the paths lined by this because it I don't know, it looks very satisfying. Hold on. Normally I size these down and then it is quite easy to line paths with them. But for this one, I don't feel like it would work if I size it down. But that also means that it doesn't really work on some of the rounder pieces. Which can be somewhat frustrating, I guess, like right here in the corner. So I'm just gonna try to add some other bushes to it to sort of hide it. Hold on, I saw that stretch coming in. Thank you, so. Oh, yeah, like a big green caterpillar, exactly. Which was, ooh, that's a good question. So I've had a lot of fun with the different rooms for like different reasons. I think I really liked doing the number 8 room today because I feel like it's actually a room that aesthetically looks like something I like, right? Like I like the look of the room. But I also had a really fun time at it, like creating the Mordor room, just because it was such a ridiculous room and we ended up adding like all these really weird things just to get through the budget. I really like how Chris's room turned out, like the music museum, because I used a lot of things that I've like never used before. And I genuinely feel like every single room has something that I really liked creating. But yeah. I don't think I can pick which one I found the most fun because literally every single room had something where I think what I liked the most is with every single room, I initially hit a wall of like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? The shape and the color and everything. And with every single room, I had that sort of moment of, hold on, you know what? And from there on, it kind of just started to flow. Like today with Lena's room, that moment, I had that association, that like minor association with that artwork. I was like, hold on, I have a vision. And that's like the fun part for me of a shell challenge, is trying to get to that point where I'm like, wait, what? I'm not a natural redhead. I really wish I was. I really wish I was. That would save me a lot of money and time. I'm naturally like a dark blonde, like an ashy blonde, but I've been dyeing my hair for the past 2.5 years now. And I think this, like, it finally landed on a really nice color. It had, like, the first time I dyed it, it was way lighter. Like, it lit up literally. Like, it started as this, but within a week, it was very bright orange. And obviously, it's like layer upon layer. And my hairdresser recently switched dyes, and this one stays darker red for a long time, and I actually like it a lot. I was initially afraid that it was a bit too light, but when I now see like videos where it was lighter orange, which was also very nice, I like that, but I also really like the fact that it's a bit darker now. Also, Viras, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, that is super fair, Jess. It is expensive, and it does require energy to like go to the hairdresser and sit there, and on top of that, having to spend the energy to earn the money obviously adds on to it as well. It's I feel like it's with dyeing your hair, like ideally I would want to be able to dye it myself, but I'm a crybaby. No, not really, but I'm just really scared I'll fuck it up and hate it, so I keep going to the hairdresser. But I know that there's lots of people who just dye it themselves, like do a home dye. Oh yeah, saving the game is actually a good idea. And also just in general, I think I have to start wrapping up. I'm just sat here yapping, doing some landscaping. But just came home from a date night. Let's go. I hope you had the best time. I'm doing good as well. I had a very productive Friday, like actually insanely productive. So now I'm very excited for weekend. Because I genuinely feel like I deserve it. Not that you have to deserve weekend, but like I feel like I extra deserve it because I've been so productive this week. And I'm very happy that I actually did a bunch of things that I wanted to do on stream today, because I wanted to finish 2 rooms and work on the landscaping. We finished both number 7 and number 8. And the landscaping, I actually feel like in that last, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I did so much. Like we did all of this. So the goal is next time that I'm going to stream this, I'm very quickly going to check my calendar. I think that's just going to be next week, Friday. I'm going to try to finish it. That might mean that next week, Friday, will be a little bit of a longer stream, because if we want to do 3 rooms and landscaping, that obviously takes quite some time. But at the same time, I know that we can do it now. With like girly pop, I know that I have locked in before and that I can do it if I really want to. So I think what I'm going to try and do is next week, I'm going to try to finish it. Might be a tad ambitious, but I also feel like if I really want to, I can. Like today was room number 8. I could have been faster if I just locked in a little bit more. So I think it's doable. Maybe. I'm positive. I'm hopeful. The red house, it's so ugly. I know. But at the same time, I like that the 3 weird colored houses are in the back. There's like a monthly subject to change schedule. Yes, it's been very nice to also have that like planned out. I'm actually going to do a big planning session next week on Monday, because I need to do video planning, and like then I'm also, usually what I do is I schedule out my streams as well. I just put them in my calendar to kind of have them written out. So yeah, I still indeed like move around. I recently moved around things as well, but it's nice to sort of have that just ready to go. I hate it, but yeah, no, you love it, but you hate it. I get it. Exactly. But yeah, I think we're going to aim to finish this next week. I think that would be a realistic thing. And also then we can, after that, that would be nice, because then a mod shell challenge is done before we get back into the not so berry challenge with the 12-hour stream. And then after the 12-hour not so berry stream, I would actually like to try and consistently play not so berry for a while. Also because if we play not so berry and we actually get quite far into the orange gen, eventually we're going to have to build a new house and stuff. So playing the not so berry will also come with new builds that I've just been wanting to build for gameplay as well. So I think that would be perfect. Like finishing this, and then when is the 12-hour stream? March 8th. because I will not have a gaming stream on March 6th, the Friday, because I'll be traveling back from London. So I'm doing like an additional stream. Oh my goodness, look at you. You said you were gonna get it. You did it. Sorry. I was like, you were gonna do it next stream, and then you just did it. Oh my god, feel free to make a ticket in the Discord so that you can let me know what you would like as your sound alert. I will ping you in the Discord in that ticket once it's set up. I think I'll have time to set it up over the weekend, but otherwise it will be like next week, Monday morning, during co-working. But thank you so much for hanging out enough that you got to redeem it. In the ticket, you can just send me either an MP3 file or a YouTube link, and then let me know which part of the YouTube video you would like. And then maybe that reaction is going to be your sound. Can be a Twitch clip as well. And then I'll set that up for you. But thank you so much for hanging out enough that you got to redeem that. That is so many points. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up stream here. So let's see who we can raid for today. Let's see who all is live. Oh my god, it could be a Twitch clip? You had no idea, did you, Thomas? Absolutely no clue. You would have never known. If I didn't tell you, no clue. What? I am quickly checking. Ooh, I see someone fun that we could raid. Oh my god, I see multiple people that we can raid. Uh-oh. Multiple options. That's a difficult choice. I know where we're gonna go. I am gonna go somewhere to someone that we again do not have the opportunity to raid super often because our streams don't always overlap. But this is someone who is working on their own save file, or in this case, a new save file, and they are building stuff for Brindleton Bay. So I think that's nice, going from a building stream to a building stream. Yes. So the support channel, and then just click that button to create a ticket, and then you should get like a private channel with me and the moderators. So then we can chat there without other people reading along. Esther, thank you so much for putting the Discord and the socials and YouTube and everything in chat if you guys are hanging out. She's not wrapping up though, is she? No, she just saved. Okay. Also, Anna, I love that you're like immediately know who it is, and then I see you popping into chat. But thank you for putting all the links in the chat. If you guys are hanging out here, you'd like to know when and what I stream, especially if you're on a different time zone than me and you would like to know when the stream schedule is going to be in your times, that is going to be in the Discord. If you want to see my other content, I can recommend checking out YouTube and Instagram. That's where I'm most active. Or if you want to see any of my prior gaming streams, feel free to check out my VOD channel. And if you're going to come along on the raid, feel free to copy paste out one of the raid messages that was just posted in chat. And yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Alexandra. And I'll be back on Monday. Next week we have another very regular schedule. So gaming on Monday and Tuesday and Friday, and co-working on a Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. The week after that, we're going to have a different schedule because I'll be traveling to London for the Movember Awards. So that's going to be the week where we do the IRL stream in Kew Gardens and where we do the 12-hour stream for the Not So Berry Challenge on the Sunday. So there we're going to have like a slightly different schedule, but I'll obviously let you guys know in the Discord with all of the time zones and everything. But next week, it's going to be very regular. I wish you guys an absolutely wonderful weekend. I hope you have the best time. I hope you're going to do something fun, something chill. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.